Marilyn, you like the music, huh? How you doing?
I think for what we're going to discuss today, this music right here fits in perfectly.
Thank you.
Hey
Welcome.
everybody. I just want to say hi to
Go ahead. Say hi. Say
Hold
hi,
on.
world.
I got you on speaker.
Well, while you fixing the speaker, it's the Hood Trucker Show, and I'm the Hood Trucker, and this is Marilyn Shots, and she disappeared. Okay. Moonlight in the building. Joe is in the building. Let's see, Moonlight. Love the music. Salute to the chat. Awesome. Ripley Skaggs is in the building. We got Marilyn back. She fell off for a minute, but she came right back.
Yeah, I did something.
Let's see. We got Reg Dog in the house. Salute, man. Being from LA. Man, Central Deal, Twin Towers, all too well. Denver Road used to be a war zone. I was happy when I was in Wayside, when I went to Wayside on a ranch. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. I was on Denver Road too. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about all of that. We're good. Welcome, Reg Dog. Let's see. Let's see. I unblocked BB Cross if she wants to come back, by the way. We had a little. We
You
had,
were mean. You were
we had
unnecessarily mean to BB Cross.
No, stop it. She wouldn't answer my question. But I probably was. Yeah, I was probably was. Hood Trucker, what's Lot Lizard? Let's find out what it was. It's something you should never engage with. Never. Don't talk to him. When a Lot Lizard approaches, you just take off running. Don't even talk to him. Uh,
Basket lady, what's up? Moonlight, what's up? This is the
well,
crew. This is the true crew.
brown skin lady, what's going on with you? Hello, hello. Okay. Before we get started, we're going to be talking about surviving the worst riots in the LA County Jail history, 2006. But first, I would like to thank my hometown, Fresno, California. You know what I'm saying? Sacramento, because Sacramento, I mean, that was my first taste of I went from Fresno, which is kind of a country town, to Sacramento, which is kind of like a bigger, more citier type of country town. um, I like to thank Oakland, California. I did I did a few things up there. You know what I'm saying? And then, last but not least, Long Beach, California. I lived there for a couple of years. Had some good times there. And Los Angeles. I didn't live in Los Angeles, but I kind of lived there for a while, if you know what I mean.
Long Beach is in Los Angeles, ain't it?
Yeah, okay, but here's the thing. People from LA get a little funny about what you call Los Angeles. For example, Van Nuys, where I lived, and I lived in Northridge as well. That's considered a valley. So if you say LA, people that live in LA kind of get offended a little bit because that's really the valley. Now, to everybody outside of that general area, I mean, we all think of it as LA, but people that live there, it's the valley and then it's LA. So because the valley is different than LA, so I don't want to be disrespectful, but the valley is.
Okay. There's this
Yeah.
whatever.
So we want to shout all them places out. I mean, all those places made me who I am. Shout out to Ione, California, which is where Preston School of Industry is, because without that experience, I would have been able to. I probably wouldn't have been able to survive the riots of 2006 at LA County Jail.
If
It
it
was
wasn't for the most notorious reform school in California, you would not have been able to have survived the riots of 2006 in LA County Prison. It prepared you for that.
unscathed. what I'm saying. Now, a lot of people survived. It was a lot of people that didn't get harmed at all. What I'm saying is that from my experience, it helped me tremendously to stay out of the thick of, I mean, to stay safe, basically. Um, you know, you know how to maneuver. Like I've been in, like that was probably my 11th riot or something like that. So I know how to maneuver in the riots and stay safe and stuff like that. By
Let's recap for people from the previous video that you talked about when you were in Preston School of Industry, known as otherwise known as the Gladiator School, and that is a reason for that name. You were there from the ages of 17 to what?
to just after 20, like 2.5 years.
And within
Uh,
those 2.5 years, you experienced 10 riots where it needed to be shut down with gas, right?
Plenty of it. Because
Tear
uh,
gas.
tear gas, right? And because that's the first move. Because like you got how many's in the dorm? I think it was 100. Was it 100 or 50, 70? Between 50 and 100. I can't remember. It's been a long time ago. But you got 50 people fighting each other. I mean, police come in, yeah, but they, come in with tear gas, and if you
Okay,
can't breathe, you can't fight.
what you call the police, because I know that you tend to use police and COs. Like in New York, we don't call COs police. They're corrections officers. They're COs. So when you
Hmm.
say, are you saying real police that come from a police station, or you're
No.
talking about the COs within um, the reform school?
If you got a badge on, you the police. Period.
Okay, that's what. Okay,
It don't matter.
if you got a badge.
If you got a badge on and you got a button, like in YA, you have a button. Like so, if something happens, they press that button, and basically that's the 911 call, and it's on their hip. And if you got one of them, you the police, because don't nobody else got one.
Before we begin the story, I want
Hmm.
to I want to give a shout out to Lamont of FYF Sports Debates. He
Yes,
reached 30,000 subscribers. He's a friend of the channel. I love
absolutely,
him. You love him. I
absolutely.
think everybody in the chat who's here loves him, and he got what he wanted to achieve as far as sponsors. And I'm
Yes.
really, really proud of him. I'm super, super proud of him. And yes, I know I kind of went in a little bit too too
Yeah,
harshly,
yeah, yeah.
but
No, I
he
mean you went.
knows.
I mean, look, yeah. Congratulations, Lamont. FYF Sports Debates, awesome. 30K, awesome. That's a what's the threshold? Not threshold, but what's the word I'm looking for? Monumental.
It is
Feat or
30.
whatever.
It's hard, it's hard to get those subscribers, but
Right.
he earned them. He earned them through hard work and dedication. This is really hard work, and that dude stays posting in his community tabs, and he helps children. Like he coaches kids, and he got
Yeah.
other businesses. This ain't no joke.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
he truly is someone to be admired, especially with his background. So shout out to you, Lamont. Much success forever and in the future.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Absolutely. Totally agree.
Oh,
Go ahead.
can I talk about Kwame today?
Go ahead. Is it derogatory? Of course.
I don't know. Anyway, Kwame Brown. From what I hear in the rumor sphere, because
Mhm.
he didn't come to you and tell you yourself. It's rumored that he offers you like 5K to fight him,
Really.
and yeah, he offered you 5K to fight him in one video, and then you and Hassan Campbell
Hmm.
actually. I don't know why, but you and Hassan Campbell, and I don't really know why he wants to fight you, but and in the next breath, he said, and next another video, he threw you a bunch of kisses. He threw you a bunch of kisses because he said you don't. It turns. when he threw kisses at Tommy, it turned you off from him. So he said to keep his name out of your mouth, he's just gonna throw you some more. He's gonna throw you kisses directly. He went mwah, mwah, mwah. That was for you, so you could keep his name out of your mouth. But what do you have to say about the 5K? Will you fight him for 5K?
Listen, I piss 5K. Listen, the alcohol I drink is more expensive than 5K. But listen, I mean, if you really seriously want to fight, listen, I'll fight you, but it's gonna cost you. I ain't gonna do it for 5. I'll do it for 50 though, and then you meet me in LA, and it's all good. I'm not going to Georgia. Come on, man. What do you think? Is this DoorDash? This is DoorDash paid? No. We can meet. We can meet in LA. I don't live in LA. We can meet in LA though. There's a couple of spots we can get down at, and what I'm saying, in LA, and I'll do it for 50 bands, and we can put it on camera, whatever you want to do. I'm not tripping, but I'm not finna do that DoorDash shit and come for $5,000, dude. What do you think? I'm a crackhead? Come on now, stop it. So I mean, yeah, absolutely. Give me 50 bands and meet me in LA, and it's all on the cracking. So, I don't have a problem with that.
What do you think about the kissing? Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I think you're gay, and I think you're a bitch. Because if you have to blow kisses at me to keep me off of you, first of all, I don't want to talk about you because you're boring now, and you're a hypocrite, and you're ridiculous, and all of that. Look. The only reason why we even did a video about this clown is because we was on FIF Sports,
and he lied. He lied. That's the only reason.
Constantly, and he was hypocritical and did all that kind of shit. And he was whining like a little bitch about his kids, about us posting a video that included information about his kids. When Google posts his pictures of his kids, all that kind of shit. But he not mad at them though. So I was going back and forth in the chat. Hold on, I was going back and forth with chat. Well, Google. We're not talking about Google. We're talking about you. Okay, so you're gonna give Google a pass about giving all kinds of information on a daily basis. Who gets way more hits than the Hood Trucker Show, right? Google does, but you're gonna get him a pass. But want to cry about what I did. Come on, stop it. And then I got the video that's publicly available on YouTube. So it is what it is. I don't care.
That's just it. The whole thing is he knows that you did not get that information on your own. You got it from somebody else whose hard work and great. I forgot the person's name, but great work to that creator because they really took time out to get it. It was their video, but yet he's saying you're the one that did it. For some reason, he got a problem with you doing it.
Of course. Hard over here.
He got a problem with you, but yet he's throwing you kisses. Dude, do you love this man or do you hate him? What is it, Kwame? Listen, do you love him or do you hate him?
Listen, his brother said, you better save your energy for the Hood Trucker.
Because his brothers know what time it is. They're gonna know more now. They're gonna know what time it is even more now.
All right, meanwhile, he over there snitching on his brother, telling him they want to do something to me. If anything happened to me, what do you think the feds first thing gonna do? They're gonna come knocking on your door.
That's what he did. He did that on Lamont's channel. Again, he said, me and my brothers, we want to do something to you. I mean, you and your brothers, you're like 7 feet tall.
Listen, that's why his name is Crummy69, the deputy. The deputy. He's been deputized, apparently. Because all he's doing is tell.
And he called me a demon.
And he works at the bank as a teller.
He called me a demon. Yes. He told me to put my dick up on the table. Dude, It's too heavy. I can't even pick it up. I mean, I tried. I can't put it on the table. And then you got people in the comment section calling me a junkyard dog. Bitch, whatever. Yeah. Fuck you. You know what? I realized. And it was you, and thank you for telling me this. You're the one who kept saying these people do not like opinionated women. They don't want women to have emotions and opinions, and they want them to keep their voice a certain level. They want their language. I never said I was a lady. I never said I was classy. And I'm not. I'm not a lady and I'm not classy. And I don't want to be. Because you know what that means? Once you put me in a classy, once you start labeling, and these are labels that were created by men on women, and then women throughout the ages passed this nonsense down. Because once you put a woman in the classy and lady category, then you're stifling her from having emotion and from just being, from existing. And that's exactly what they want. Thank you, brown skin lady. Fuck. And they don't like when I say fuck. Oh yeah, Kwame, you think you slick. Trucker didn't want me to say this, but I heard you. I caught what you said about the F word being thrown around. Don't act like you don't say fuck. If you're talking about the F word as in fuck, like fucking, the fucking F word, yes, a lot of that was thrown around in when FYF Sports Debates was here. But not, I think you were trying to be slick. You were trying to make it seem like it was a different type of F word. Nobody on this platform has ever used that F word, the gay slur that you tried to insinuate, because you're a fuck boy. You a fuck boy. Fuck boy. Okay. Nobody here has ever said anything like that. And you think you're slick. That's why nobody likes you. That's why nobody wants to fuck with you. Nobody wants to hang with you, except the Nation of Islam rejects and shit. The ones in the other states. I'm not gonna. The ones in Chicago, they cool. They all right. They cool. That's where. What's this man's name? He used to be from New York, and he moved out there. He runs it now. Farrakhan. So the Chicago NOI is cool.
Carcinio and Ticket TV and Gravity Takeout and who else? They all fuck with him.
Gravity Takeout, he's so cute. He looks like a baby prince to me. Don't expect me to get mad at him, because I can't get mad at Gravity Takeout. As long as I don't care what he calls me, it won't even matter. He's
like baby prince, like with the high heels.
No, I don't think so. He's like a little kid to me. He's like a little kid trying to talk like adult manly stuff and everything. Dude, nobody takes you seriously. You're in your fucking car. You're adorable, though. I'll let you slide with your big, juicy ass lips. You got big, juicy lips.
Look, ain't he?
Look at Moonlight. He is, right?
Let's see. Are you talking about Rizza Islam?
I'm not talking about anybody. I don't know. I don't even. You know what? I've never heard of those people. Rizza Islam and all of them. I mean, they're like new people. If they've been around, they've been around. I don't know. I'm just saying. And and I know Kwame's going to be like, and you see how she talked about the brothers,
But wait, Chris G said Carcinio looks like Bookman from Good Times.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Doesn't he? I don't really look at him, but yes, he does. He looks like Bookman.
Oh my goodness, Bookman. That's a character right there. But look, there's some stuff that you say behind the scenes that I'm trying to get you to say in front of the scenes, because listen, I'm of the opinion that women, why can't you say whatever the hell you want to say? I don't care. Cause me personally, I like it. Like if a strong black woman who's standing up for herself, I mean, that's sexy to me. And some of the things you have said that some women probably wouldn't say, I'm like, man, say that shit. Like, you said some stuff that, you know what I'm talking about.
I can't say that all the time. When Kwame did what he did that day, and you were not allowed to speak or defend yourself, and it's also LVZ of NBA Talk. He was cut out too. He told Kwame to fuck off. Kwame was shaking. He was like, "What? Who? What? This ain't got nothing to do with basketball." and then that's when Lamont got rid of him too. Well, he claimed he didn't, but it's okay. But I was really, I didn't want to call, right? I didn't really want to call. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to really call into.
You had to. You had to.
I had
You
to
had to.
because I was pissed, and like, nobody wanted to say what everybody was thinking, and they were saying it in a nice way. But I only did it because of you. If you were not on there, and because this man was allowed to lie and make it seem, because people don't know you. A lot of people don't know who you are, so they're just going to go by what this man is saying, and which is a lie, which was lies, because that's all he does is lie.
No,
I
no,
had.
wait. You had to because you went over there and shut the whole place down. You let it be. You let it be known that you was putting your stake in the ground, and you finna let these motherfuckers hear what you have to say. And
And
that
it wasn't only
motherfucker
that,
ain't.
he mentioned my name as well. He
Yeah,
mentioned
right,
me too.
right,
So
right, right.
he wanted me. What did he think I was gonna do? I'm not one of your fucking bitches, Kwame. Them stupid bitches that get with you. I'm not that. I couldn't. I don't even. I cannot even imagine being with a man like that. Can you imagine him talking the way he would talk to you,
Look,
brown
man.
skin lady? Oh, girl, I was like, I didn't even know you were in there. I was like, oh man, this has to end. This is I kept hearing these other guys, like his crew, talking nicely to him about it and everything, and I was like, no, I want to know. I want to know what happened. I want to know why you didn't let
And
Trucker speak or defend himself, and don't say that you didn't block him, because he told me that you did.
yeah,
Oh
but
no, I didn't block him, but
no, he didn't block
that's
me. He muted me. But what I'm
he
saying is
muted you.
this.
Yeah, the
Listen,
mute.
listen, listen. Strong. You a strong black woman. And I'm of the opinion that uh, no woman should be silenced just because you're a woman. Like a lot of these dudes say, you're not talking like a lady. Even some women come in here and say you're not talking like a lady. Listen. Speak your speak. Speak your mind. Speak your speak. I love that shit, man. Cause listen, I've been an underdog my entire life, and right now in the manosphere and all this Kevin Samuels, all this bullshit, where these motherfuckers treat black women. Listen. I'm an underdog because these motherfuckers don't think I'm black. I told Marilyn I was hanging out with some serious individuals that didn't really like me in high school. And again, they some serious individuals. I'm excited they do, but they some serious individuals, and now they respect me because in the face of adversity, I stood tall, and that's what I like to see out of black women. So Marilyn, you go over there. I was cheering. I was cheering you when I seen the replay. I was cheering you on. I was like, yes, that's how you do that. And then I went to show some of my friends who are some serious individuals, and they were laughing. They were like, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about."
Were they
And
men? Were they men? Were they saying how, oh my God, look, listen to the sound of her voice? Is that ill? How could she talk like that? Did they say that?
no, they had a smile on their face because you went over there and shut the whole place down. And that's what And listen, that's what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, the women are the strongest voting bloc. Black women are the strongest voting bloc in the Democratic Party. Black women hold down the fort when these trash bags have babies with these women and run off. So black women are strong and they should be heard. So I don't understand like why these dudes want to say you talk in a certain way and all that. That's because you weak and you can't stand a black woman. You weak. You're not strong. You're not alpha. If you're trying to silence a black woman, you're not alpha. In my opinion. That's my opinion. So Kevin Samuels, we
The-
ain't
the-
even seen you in a relationship trying to bash black women about any motherfucking thing.
exactly. How are you? How is it? How do you listen to somebody who doesn't have a wife, a girlfriend, even a friends with benefit? You see nothing from this man. Moonlight. I wasn't even trying to do that. I was mad. I was upset.
Yeah.
I was courteous, right? I was courteous. I think I was courteous. I went on there. I was still respectful because that's his home. You don't really go, and I wasn't disrespectful about. I was mad for Lamont as well as for you, because the way he was talking to him and the shit. And you know what? Listen, Kwame still never took down those 2 videos of disrespect. Super disrespect. Those videos on Lamont, he still left them up. But yet he does a live saying, oh, me and Lamont, we cool now. Nah, nigga, you ain't cool. You still got those fucked up videos up. Right. Fuck you, because you don't like the F word. Fuck. F-U-C-K.
Absolutely.
If that's the F words you're talking about, Kwame. Kwame. No, let me stop. I'm going to call you Kwame. I ain't going to disrespect you and I'll call you out your name.
I call him the deputy. Kwame 69.
I know. Y'all got nicknames for this man.
And he work at the bank as a teller.
Did you hear Tommy? I know people don't like Tommy Sotomayor, but whatever. I was watching Tommy Sotomayor. You know he got the new name for I think so, right? Brown skin lady, Hood. Kwame secretly loves you. He even used did he really? He used his pimp terminology. Get the fuck out! He watches all of your videos. Brown skin lady, which live did he use the pimp terminology? No, he did not.
Of course he does. Of course he watches the videos. Come on, we interesting.
Kwame, all you gotta be like is, look, trucker. I'm waving. This is the neutral. Just have like a white handkerchief and just say, look, this is a neutral flag. I don't feel like fucking with you. You know, just say it. Because trucker really, he's not the one. I mean, you can maybe them other niggas you chasing and fucking with, but this man right here, I wouldn't play with him.
Oh, stop it! Look.
Oh, stop it. He's so modest. The shit you told me behind the scenes, okay?
Oh, come on. Okay, last night's live. He was outside, okay.
Yeah, kissing and kissing
what, okay, look. What terminology did you? I'm just curious. What terminology?
Brown skin lady, what terminology? Because we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into the trucker's experience in LA County prison, how he got there, why he was there.
Prison. It's not prison, it's jail.
It's a county jail. That's the difference. But you've been to prison too. You've just been an incorrigible all your life. But okay. So what do you remember what terminology he used? I just want to know. I'm dying to know.
Incorrigible.
He used 304? Get out! No, he didn't. Yeah, Kwame, come on.
And listen, you know exactly where he got that from, because that shit ain't nowhere on the internet. I promise. You know exactly where he got that from. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Nobody else says that shit. When you first said that in a video, the day after he was driving drunk and acting and talking that bullshit, screaming, talking about how you were hiding behind women, and he told me then, he said then, put your dick up on the table. He said, ladies, put your dick up on the table. It's the second time Kwame told me to put my dick up on the table. Kwame, my dick is big. It's huge. I can't put it on the table like by myself. I need help. You want to help me?
But, listen, anytime I can, enlighten someone, educate someone on, particular subject, I'm more than happy to do it.
Terminology.
I'm more than happy to do it.
Fair exchange ain't no robbery. Proper instruction motivates people.
You're saying it like a nursery rhyme.
Because, it sounds like a nursery rhyme. It does.
It's true. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. I can't rob you if it's a fair exchange, right?
Yep, correct. Mm-hmm. Ain't tricking if you got it. No, let me stop.
No. Don't start that bullshit.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, he was talking ish about Hood Trucker and made fun of him using 304. How would he know if he's laying in bed and his stomach, feet in the air? Oh, my goodness. I don't even want to hear that sound.
Trucker. From Kwame.
Who blows kisses?
I'm surprised he didn't put out his tongue and shit and lick the fucking phone. Ridiculous. No man. Kwame likes to use the alpha male. No real man I know would have done that.
Fuck no. Ain't nobody blowing.
Not privately, not publicly, not anywhere to another man unless he was gay. And I've never even seen gay guys do that crap. Kwame, come on, come out. Relax. We love you. We
Lord,
love you even more. We'll accept
Lord,
you. Stop fighting it. Stop fighting it.
would you stop lying to that man? Stop. We're not accepting him at all. No, get out of here. Stop lying to him. But you can tell you can tell him what you told me earlier though.
I don't know. What did I tell you earlier? I told you a lot of shit. What did
He
I
can,
say?
what he can do with his mouth? What he can do with his mouth?
No, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. No, I don't
Moonlight,
want to do that. I'm not ready for that.
Moonlight in the building.
Yo.
Hey, Moonlight. Wow, man. This
You
has
see,
been
you see me,
a
you see me
week.
with my American flag.
Just like Corner Brown. Just like
That's
Corner
right,
Brown.
baby. Free speech in America, baby.
Absolutely, 100%.
Oh, girl, you got to talk like a lady, right? Because some people don't like that. They want you to talk
Maryland. Oh my God.
prim and proper.
We will. We do.
Bitch, you and me from New York, we don't know how to do that stupid shit. We don't know how to do that.
Not when somebody comes at you like that. Oh my God, I couldn't wait to talk to you guys about that, man.
I missed you, man. I miss you talking up here. I miss brown skin lady talking up here.
I know. Oh my God, busy life got me busy, babe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad to make it. And I wanted to get in on that conversation, but I was so tired that I could just listen and kind of, be in the chat.
FYF sports debates? Yeah.
Oh,
At the
gosh.
end. I couldn't. I was like, I got to jump up on here. And he was going to have somebody go in front of me, right? And I said, no, I don't have time for this. I need to get what I have to say out of it. And I wanted, and a lot of the stuff, even though it was directed towards Lamont, it was really directed towards Kwame. Everything I said was directed towards him because he's a liar. And that whole, as Tommy Sotomayor was doing like a part one, he was critiquing the live that he did. The double talking and inconsistencies and hypocrisy of Kwame Brown.
Oh my God.
When he was on there.
Marilyn, so over him right now. So over him. I mean, I felt kind of bad when I saw that video with Lamont and Lamont on his live and how they just really disrespected him. What? I just admire that guy, Lamont. I admired him. I admire him for his humility.
You know what Tommy calls him? Tommy dubs him the soft nigga whisperer. He calls him the soft nigga whisperer. Tommy Sotomayor said that you. Even Tommy said that. I don't know how you did this. You the soft nigga whisperer, Lamont. You the soft nigga whisperer.
I mean, Lamont brings out the best. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he's like that. I've seen other videos of him, and this is his disposition. This is just how he is.
Moonlight.
Yeah. What?
Marilyn went in on him, like on his channel. On his channel and on the Hood Trucker show, she went in on him. And
the trucker,
hold on. But Lamont came over here and talked her off the ledge. I said, "Nigga, you need
that
to be
is
a
good."
politician.
And you know what? Kudos to Lamont for like showing respect to you because he respects you, Trucker, because he was up on your live at like 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at all of that. He respects you. He respects Marilyn. He respects the show. So I got to give him that too. And I felt bad about, what Bust Down did to, in terms of his language with him.
Oh, that condescending bullshit that he did. It was terrible. White.
It was terrible. But you know what? Lamont accepted his apology. So what else can we say? It was directed to him. He accepted the apology. So, you know what I'm saying?
But Moonlight.
Our opinion is our opinion.
But Moonlight, he may have accepted the apology, and that dude and Kwame supposedly said that he forgave him. But if you forgave him, why you still left up the 2 videos of disrespect?
Right.
True.
Those videos were highly, highly disrespectful, which means you're a fucking hypocrite, or you really need that money. You need that fucking money. That's what it is. There's a lot of money involved, and he needs it.
or he's just jocking that guy ticket. What is this? Ticket TV or whatever. This dude is like a bag of emotion. What the hell is up with that?
Ronald Jones says Kwame is a girl. Damn sure is.
Jesus, this ticket guy was screaming at Lamont like he was a boy. Like, get the hell out of here. Who are you?
That dude is in Dominican. According to Lamont, that dude, his family and friends sent Lamont a lot of stuff that was like on a scale of 1 to 9, with 1 to 10, 10 being like really bad, and then 1 being not that bad. He says it's on a 9. That's how bad it is. And Lamont said he won't send it to Trucker to like, talk about.
Because
I'm not like that.
Yeah, that's not his style. That's not his style. You can't change him. He is the way he is. Lamont is humble. Period.
Ticket TV is in the Dominican Republic. He's been there for years. People say he's on the run for something. I don't know if that's true, but
please, whatever with them. But you know what, too, Marilyn? When I looked at that FYF live and only thing I could see is Trucker on his job. He was you were still doing your job on the phone and still trying to engage, and you were the only one in the live on your job. Doing something really essential for us. I mean, we got food on the wharf because there's no truckers to bring the shit in to deliver it to the stores and the supermarkets and the restaurants. Wait till that shit hits them come the holidays.
I'm going to tell you, you didn't want to eat what I was delivering. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, what store you delivered it to? Shit, let us know.
He was on the West Coast. Doesn't matter. He's on the West Coast. It ain't gonna hit the East Coast, so they can suffer with it.
Heads up to the West Coast. Y'all better watch it.
Listen.
Giving you heads up.
Listen. That made me not want to eat chicken ever again.
Brown skin lady's comment. Brown skin lady says that somebody asked Kwame what a geechee was and he couldn't answer. Of course he couldn't. He don't know what the fuck it is.
Oh my God, really? That's embarrassing. But let me tell you this though, because his whole vibe, real quick, because I know this whole show is not going to be about the geechee, but what he was saying, his argument was about you showing a picture, not a picture, but you showing the names of his children. Now, my thing to you, Trucker, my question to you is, I haven't seen that live, but was that an intentional thing to do, or were you just making a point and accidentally, you know what I'm saying?
Well, here's what happened. We did a story on how he was behind on his child support because there was a court document that was referencing his delinquency and or the fact that his child's mother wanted him to pay for what's that thing?
Garden and lightning.
I want to say gardening and lightning. Yeah, no.
Guardian ad litem.
Guardian ad litem. Okay.
So look. I found a video on YouTube that referenced that, and I used a piece of that video to react to in relationship to that story. But what I also found is that Google posts not only what I posted, which was the public record, which is the Kwame Brown versus such and such, whatever, right, and that whole thing, and then had the names of the children, all that kind of stuff. But Google has those names and pictures and an explanation of how old the kids are, all that on Google. So if my thing was this, it's public information, okay? That's public record, right? But here's the thing. How are you going to get mad at me and say, I'm not going to do anything with somebody who posts my kids when Google has your kids open for research? I mean, you can go pull it up anytime. Basically they're doing the same thing that I did. So they're posting your kids and the pictures. I didn't post any pictures though, but Google has the pictures, the names, the ages and everything, along with his mother and him. All of that, and you can pull that up anytime. But you want to get mad at me? Okay, so if you're gonna get mad at me, why you not equally mad at Google because they do the same thing.
That was such a lame thing. I didn't think that you purposely did that, to be naming anybody's
Could
children.
And Kwame knows that. Kwame knows that. He
right,
just said that stupid
right.
shit, and it wasn't just again, he got it from somebody else. Not only that, he had the creator on that got
Yeah.
the information to talk to
Now,
on the live.
could we have blotted out the name or in all the names of the kids? Yeah, we could have done that. But here's the thing: why are you not equally as mad at Google because they don't blot shit out? They
Mm-hmm.
have their pictures.
Yeah,
They have the
that's
pictures,
wild. That's
the
wild.
names, the ages, and the whole thing. So if you're gonna be mad at me, why you not mad at Google? So the white big Google corporation can post your kids anytime. You have a problem. But if the Hood Trucker posts it, you got a massive problem.
You're a blogger. You're a blogger. You're giving your own content. You had a subject matter.
Right.
So, I kind of thought about that, and I'm like, nah, that's not your character to be posting up nobody's kids like that and using it as a focal point. But I got to tell you this, Marilyn and Truck, I did kind of run into another page where this dude showed the picture of his children. You know what I'm saying?
I know who you're talking about, but I didn't.
Did he
show the pictures of the kids or just the
Yes.
mother?
No, the kids. I was like, damn.
I wouldn't have done that though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that.
Wait. So are we to hold Google to a different standard then? Because
I don't see
all
why.
you have to do is click in Kwame Brown's kids. They have pictures. So are we to hold Google to a different standard then?
Well, Google is a big corporation. That's something he has to deal with and probably sue them.
No. You can't. It's public information. You can cry all day long about public information. You listen. If I take a picture of you on the street, in a public place, I can post it whenever I want to. You can't sue for that. You can't sue.
Right. Because it's public.
You were in public, and I took this picture in public, and because I have the public information to go along with it. You can't. I was like,
wow, that's the whole argument.
You can't do anything.
It was lame because exactly, it was a lame argument to me, Marilyn.
Yeah.
Because Trucker, because you have other bloggers posting all his business, like his children's pictures, their baby mothers, they even saying vile things about his baby mother. You don't even play in that lane. You're not even in that lane. You know what I'm saying? So that was some lame shit. That was lame shit right there.
It was a story.
Nobody would do that. Nobody would post the pictures of the babies. But he named his son Parker. Whoever Parker is, he drops his own tea all the time on everybody. And it's like, okay, you're not supposed to repeat what he says, but yet he repeats. He's a weirdo.
I'm so over that.
I'm so
over that person right now. I'm so over that person and all the things that's happening with that person. I'm just like, look,
Trucker.
So what he needs?
No, I'm sorry. Stay right there. Stay like
that. So
what?
He needs to spend time. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Look, Ronald just said. So what he needs to spend? Okay, hold on. What did he say?
Spend time with them.
Oh, listen. So what? He needs to spend time with them instead of worrying about other people's kids.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be okay. That's what comes with being famous. I was 100%.
Yeah. When you're a celebrity, this is celebrity news. You're a celebrity. People are going to talk about you. People are going to critique you. You're a celebrity.
People know. Okay. What about Beyonce and her child? And with Jay-Z, everybody knows all of that shit. They post all that shit, so everybody's a bad guy.
But when my New Yorker Marilyn got up there, man, I was like, "Oh shit, it's on and popping." Yo,
I was really upset. I was upset.
I was upset, Marilyn, because you know what? Yeah, I was pissed with your boy there. I was really pissed because he didn't shut that person. He didn't shut the basketball player down for a minute. I mean, I've been on the what's that attorney channel? I forgot, the lead attorney channel. He mutes and he friggin' takes you in the back and shit and makes you chill out. So I guess that this is Lamont's learning curve. I mean, I don't know if he had that many people ever in his chat and it was flying off the chain. So I can understand Lamont's point too. But still, yeah, I was pissed that you didn't get your moment to speak, whether he was on the screen or not.
I got
But
like 30 seconds. I got like 30 seconds.
yeah, no. And then I figured, yo, you were busy anyway. You had your job, and you wasn't gonna sweat it that much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that
I
was
mean,
dumb. Lessons learned.
again, like it's Lamont's channel. You can run I mean,
Mhm.
that's your
That's his
channel.
house. Yeah,
It's
that was
his
his
house.
house.
You can run it however you want to.
Absolutely.
Uh,
So he got his apology. Praise God on that, and he feel he's in a better place. But yeah, we gonna move forward with that.
yeah.
Yeah, did I tell you guys the Bust Down crew have made me famous? They did a video on me with
Who?
one of his Pee Wee Herman fanatics. This Pee Wee Herman dude that's probably on what do you call it, on the blade making money
Yeah.
since he done chose. You know what I'm saying? Since he done chose the basketball player. He
Yeah.
busy. He busy 10 toes down on the blade.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all you see is this boy. I mean, he goes and he salivates. He's
Right.
salivating when the basketball player mentioned his name. He
Yeah.
actually salivated. Damn Pee Wee Herman. What happened to Pee Wee Herman? He was caught in the movie theater jacking off or some shit.
I don't
Yes.
understand
Yes.
it.
Yes, he was.
It's
That's
and it's
that
not
dude.
and it's not like when Kwame mentions any of these people, their channels. Maybe back in the early days when they were just using they were using all of his stuff without no reactions or nothing, just replaying it all over the place. That was different. That probably grew their channels a bit and they got monetized pretty fast. But now it's time to create your own content and it's independent of Mr. Brown,
Mhm.
and it's really difficult. It's hard because you're basically a T channel. Gravity Takeout, he's a T channel. That's what I consider him, a T channel.
Mhm.
He won't
What's
call
a T?
himself that, but that's what he
What's
is.
what's a T channel?
Yeah, what's the T channel, man?
When it's like a commentary, it's like commentary. What they're doing, gossip. It's a gossip channel, so this is called a T channel.
Oh, okay.
Gossip.
I thought
They're
it was.
dropping
Is it a
tea on
troll
the
channel?
people's
Oh,
lives.
TEA. Right.
Oh, TEA, T
Yeah.
channel. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You
Versus
need
a
to keep
troll channel. Is the same thing as a troll channel?
No, it's just
No.
a T channel. It's like you know how beyond like what TMZ and Media Takeout is, but I
Okay.
consider them gossip channels.
Well,
Mhm.
Jones said
Mhm.
Gravity is a girl too.
That's wrong. Oh my God, this dude, I'm telling you, man, this freaking Pee Wee Herman said that I got kicked off of Tommy Sotomayor's show. And then the voice that he uses for me is not even me. So you can tell that this Pee Wee Herman don't have no blackness, because any black person, any black man would know how to distinguish between a black woman's voice. You know what I'm saying? So this is like, man, they so lame and hypocritical. It's just a joke. They lame and
Absolutely.
hypocritical.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We, we like
Okay,
we we like talking about them because they're goofy.
because they goofy. Yes, now we did that. So, Trucker, go into your shit. I didn't know you was this thuggish, man, in your upbringing, and you look so damn
Oh.
mild mannered and
I know, doesn't
and
he?
humble.
I
I can't believe
know.
this. You was
He's a
in
cleaned up
lockup and
thug.
gang
He's
fights
a
and all that.
Listen, if you're not proud of something, but you have to do what you have to do, then you shouldn't speak on it. That's my opinion. Like, I don't have any tattoos. Like, some of these guys go in there and they want to be proud of it. They get tattoos all over their face, and they get tattoos all over this thing. I'm scared of needles, and I don't like pain, so I didn't get no tattoos. I'm not trying to portray that type of a thing anyway.
Uh-huh.
So anytime I go anywhere, and I say anywhere, I mean a correctional facility type of place. I make sure that I take my shirt off so everybody can see I don't have any tattoos. So you don't know who the fuck I am. And here's the other thing: when people get all these tattoos, that's an easier way for the police to identify you. So if I'm going to do any type of crimes in the future, I don't want you to be able to identify me by
Yeah.
by my tattoos or
They
anything.
brand themselves. These fools brand themselves.
Right, right, and they make it easy for the police to uh, identify you later. So, because look, I don't have any tattoos. I can say I'm somebody else, and there's no identifying marks. And if my story is enough, then I can get away because I don't have any tattoos.
Let's get in. I want to get into the story because it's pretty interesting. But I do want to let everybody know in the chat that even though because he's touched on this in other videos that he was there and he experienced what happened in that riot, and but he never really got into detail. So when we talked about this, and just like when we talked about his time at Preston, there are things that I said, okay, he was about to tell me, and I said, no, don't tell me here, tell me on the show, because I want to be as surprised as everybody else. I want everything I want to ask you. I don't know what happened in there. I don't know what jumped off in there. He knows I don't know. I didn't want to know. I don't know, what he did and what other people did. And I, but he was that's a part of history. That's a part of LA history. It's the first time ever in Los Angeles County, and it hasn't happened since, that every LA Southern Los Angeles prison went the fuck off at the same time.
Jail. It all kicked off at the same time.
Wow. How could that be? I mean,
he's going to get into it. He's going to get into it now.
Organization is how it goes.
Super organized.
Behind the jail cells, organization. Y'all must have put in a lot of damn commissary to make phone calls.
No. Once he tells you how it happened and how it was like okay, we're gonna get into it now. We're gonna start talking about it.
All right.
There's a way that, because we have to go back. We have to talk about what happened before, just why he was in there in the first fucking place. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that.
Right.
Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
And we're not trying, guys. I know you want to ask questions, but we're not going to answer any questions. We're just going to go straight through it. That way, once you listen to everything, just keep whatever it is you want to ask after we're done. It's not good. I don't know how long it's going to be. I would say it's not going to take long, but I really don't know what happened. So, Trucker, are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right. What were you in LA County Jail for?
I got arrested for attempted murder on the police, and my bail was $1 million. So, listen, there's no chance I'm getting out of jail.
What day did you get in?
I don't remember the day, but I know it was summertime, and I'm gonna tell you.
What's the month? You were there in 2005, right?
Yeah, I believe it was June or July, something like that. June, July, August, something like that. I know it was summertime months because I was on the run for 3 months, and the day I got arrested, I was staying in Sherman Oaks. Is that Sherman Oaks? Okay.
Sherman Oaks.
I was in LA. I think it's Sherman Oaks. I think, right? Well, there's a high school there, there's a hotel there, and then there's a Starbucks there. I had all white on, and I went to go to Starbucks to get me a coffee. And this lady ordered that red drink. I don't know what the red drink is, a Starbucks is, but she ordered the red drink and fucking spilled it, and it splashed all on all my all white shit. I had a white shirt, like long sleeve or something, and I had white shorts. It spilled all on my whole entire thing. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and ran out the door. I paid for my coffee. I walk up the door. I got all this red shit on me, right? So I walk across the street, walking back to I was staying at the hotel. So I walk across the street, right? And then I walk across the street to cross the street on the hotel side. I was on the opposite side. So then I get over there, and then as I'm about to cross the street again to on the same, to go towards the a hotel I was staying at, I heard freeze. So
Oh,
I,
wow.
I always
Oh,
I
Oh,
always felt like that was a setup or something like that because they spilled the red shit on me, and she probably was an agent or something. Spilled the shit on me, whatever. And then when I crossed the street, they said freeze. So that's when they
yeah.
arrested me.
They
So
knew where you. They knew. They knew it
oh,
was you. That was a
sorry.
setup.
No, we're not supposed to ask questions, but how old were you?
I was, let's see, 2005. I was 34.
Mm-hmm.
I was 34, and so I raised my hands, all that shit free. I froze, and they arrested me, to put me in the back of the car, and took me to LA County Jail.
Dang.
And this was in 2005. The riot, just to be clear, the riot started from what I read in February 2006. But we're not going to get there yet. We're just going to
Yeah,
talk about what happened, how you got there,
Mm-hmm.
and what your case was, and all that stuff.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna drop off and let you guys do it. I'm gonna go back to the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so they arrested you. They booked you in where? Where did they book you at? In
Okay,
the
so they
precinct
took
first,
no.
or
I don't. It's different. It's different. It could be precinct. I know New York is a little different, but it's like a substation almost, right? And it was in the valley. I can't remember the name. I know it was I can't remember the name because I'm not from LA. But so when I got in trouble, I'm not familiar with all the shit. But it's like it's in the valley. I don't know. I forgot the name. So I was there for like probably a couple, 3, 4 days, something like that, and which was like a substation, which is like where they keep you, and then they
okay,
transfer you. Then they transfer you. They come and get you on a bus, and they transfer you to the LA County Jail,
in
and that's
which
and that's where
the
all the
men's
fun,
the men's division, the
the men,
men's.
the men's division, and that's where all the fun starts.
Okay, so when did you go? You were in Pritchess, right? That's where the riot started. So
No,
is
not initially, not initially, because they put me in the old county, the old county jail, because it looks old as fucking there, and I was on Denver Row, right,
okay,
and it's cells like like real cells, and then there's a wall in front of you, so when you look out of your cell, you see a wall. So it's a bunch of cells and I think it's a couple of stories or something, and then it's a wall in front of you, and the police come by, and I don't know why it's a weird setup because all you see is wall, and bars and wall, and that's all you see. And I think there's a phone in there, but yeah, they put me first.
and so you were being charged with what again?
But let me back up some, right? Let me back
Okay,
up
go
some.
ahead.
When the bus comes to get you, they need to process you, right? So you go to the processing. Okay, so I think it's like, um, can you hear me? I think it's like,
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
okay, I got you. Yeah,
Okay, good.
I think it's like, I don't know, 50 people or something like that on there, or 100, maybe 75, whatever. It's a long ass bus, right? So when they come and get you for them substations, they pick you up, and then they bring you to the main jail, right? And they put you in a holding cell immediately. Boom, right? It's so many people in there. You have to stand up. You can't even sit down. And the shit smells nasty as fuck. It's like, smells ass and underarms and motherfuckers has been on the street, and all type of nastiness and shit like that. You in there in close proximity, like it's like this, like like you right here and somebody right here, like it's like just stick you in there. So then, they go through your, they pull you out. They put a wristband on you and all that type of shit. They pull you out, and they want to interview you and do all this medical type shit, and do you have any medical issues, you ain't bad, all this other shit, right? And then, you get your it's a long process. I'm going through it fast, but it's a long process, like hours and hours long. Like, we end up, like, you go from one cell to the other thing, and then they ask you questions, whatever. They go put you in another cell, all that shit. That shit take hours. Like, I think it took me like almost 24 hours to get booked in, right? But you go from one to the other and the other, right? And then you go, they ask, you go get evaluated, or you have any mental issues, you gang bang, shit like that, boo, all that type of shit. And then you start getting into the point where, they preparing you to get ready to do this jail shit, right? Because by this time, like, you still got your clothes. They might give you a lunch or something. You might get a peanut butter and jelly or something, and all of this shit, right? So then you start getting to the nitty gritty, where they start saying, strip, get down.
Like, strip, like, get naked in front of everybody?
Yes. Strip, and we're going to search you. Now, bend over. Okay, get out of here. Guess what? Guess what you get to do then?
Bend over and cough.
So you went in there, and these motherfuckers smell like ass, and you have to be in there for a certain amount of time, and then you go get interviewed, and they're asking you all this shit about your mental health.
I just want, before you do that, so you said you bend over, right? And you cough. So nobody puts their finger or anything up your ass looking for anything, right?
No,
I just wanted that.
No, not like the dude in Florida. Fuck no, they don't do that.
Okay, hey, people are gonna want to know. I mean, I'm nosy, so I wanted to know what they did. If they do this type of stuff. Okay, so how do they know you don't have weapons up there?
They tell you to spread your cheeks and cough. That's how they find out. They're not touching shit. Not like the dude in Coco. No.
Okay, all right.
With the fucking glove, with the hole in it. No, he's not doing that.
That's that Florida cop. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So look. Then after you get naked and you spread your cheeks and cough, guess what you get to do then?
They what?
Guess what you get to do then?
I don't know. What do you do then?
Some of the most degrading, disgusting things you can possibly imagine. And what you have to do is, you naked, after they done searched you and degraded you already, naked, you get to sit on a bench, like a park bench. Right?
You have no clothes on still.
You're naked, butt ass naked, and you get to sit dick to asshole on the bench, and they tell you, sit dick to asshole.
Is there a reason for this?
Degradation. That's my only thing, because they want you to scoot as close as possible to the person in front of you, right? And you're scooting closer and closer and closer to the end. And once you get to the end, you get
wait. I just want to make this perfectly clear, because I don't want people thinking this is all over America. This is in California, Los Angeles.
The Los Angeles County Jail. Yes, absolutely.
And so they wanted you to do this in 2005, and this was perfectly legal to do, right?
Yes.
That shit's nasty.
You get to sit to this motherfucker that you smelled ass on when you first got to the holding cell. This motherfucker's in front of you, and you get to sit dick to asshole. And they tell you, sit dick to asshole. That's what they tell you.
Oh, wow.
So, and then when the person gets when the person moves off the bench and does whatever they need them to do, right? You move forward. Dick to asshole naked.
Okay, are you guys handcuffed? Are you handcuffed?
No. Your bare ass is on a bench that 100,000 other motherfuckers that came through before you.
Ew. And there's no reason for this other than just to be degrading.
I mean,
Nasty.
they probably can come up with a different reason, but I think it's degradation. Now, we're not done. We are most definitely not done with the
We're
degradation.
okay. You're not handcuffed. See, I'm picturing. Here's what I'm picturing. I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
that you guys are handcuffed in some kind of way where you can't move. So your hands are still free, and you have no shoes on, nothing, just your feet.
All that shit's been taken from you. You go check, you pull your clothes off, you go check your stuff, and they put it in a bag and they log it.
Los
And you,
Angeles County Men's Detention Center did this to you in 2005. Just,
yes,
just want to make it clear that who knows, they might
100%,
still be doing it.
hundred
Nobody
percent,
talks about this stuff. We don't know about this.
100%, 100%. We're not done. We are not done by any stretch of
Oh
the imagination.
no,
By any stretch of the imagination, we are not done.
God.
So you're sitting dick to asshole, right, on the thing, and you're scooting up on the. Now it does have a glaze on it, so you're not gonna get a splinter necessarily. It has a glaze. They do provide a little bit of glaze on the on the bits, right? So you gotta get a splinter. So you scoot up, and as
I
you
know you're
scoot,
laughing, but my face, if you could see it right now. But go ahead.
but you scoot up, right, and you get to the end. They give you a towel, and that I believe it's a towel, and that little bitty bar of soap that you get at the hotel, the little bitty bar of soap, right?
That's your soap, that hotel soap, that skinny hotel
Right.
soap.
And showers are mandatory. Showers, when you come into LA County Jail in 2005, are mandatory. And
Thank
I'm gonna
God for something.
and I'm gonna tell you like this.
What?
Crummy
Goodness.
Crummy 6'9", the deputy, talks about showers and how shit draws, whatever.
Uh
Listen, this is not a shower that you ever want to take right here. And I'm going to tell you why.
huh.
Now, mind you, it's probably 300, 400, 500 people that has come ahead of you getting checked in that day. And every one of them have to take showers. And guess what? The drains don't work good. So that water is up damn near to your kneecaps.
Oh. Oh my God.
To your kneecaps. And
Oh wow.
when a dirty motherfucker take a shower and that dirty water float on top, shit like that type of shit. You know what I'm talking about? You ever take a shower, you super dirty, and then you take a bath or something, and that shit floating like that dirt shit floating around like that. You see all of that in that water, and guess what? You have to get in, or they whooping your ass. You gonna get a beat down if you don't get that. You don't get in that water. No shower shoes. That one piece of soap and dirty water all up to your damn near your kneecaps.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
You don't ever listen. Remember asked me, and I told you briefly about what I'm saying, and I said, you asked me, what if you drop the soap? If
Yeah,
you
I was
drop,
being funny though, but
if
I
you
mean,
drop, if you drop the soap in that water, you're gonna have to dig your hand in that dirty ass water to try to see what's on the bottom of that floor to figure out what happened to your soap.
that's terrible. Why didn't they just put something in the drain? I guess degradation again.
They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. You an inmate. You a convict. Whatever you are. They don't give a fuck about you. They required to give you a shower on the way in. They don't give a fuck if that shit is up to your kneecap in dirty water. That ain't them. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. You think they give a fuck? Fuck no. Hell no. Self-awareness TV is LA County Jail. Look it up. LA County Jail instead
LA
of
County
prisons,
men's
jail.
Cheryl's.
It's
Don't
jail.
just say LA County jails. Tell them where exactly you were.
LA County Jail. The reception, the receiving, it's the old jail. It's where it says LA County Jail. That's where everybody go in first. Then what they do is they get you up, so they get you to a cell, and then they ship you out from there. But Once you get in there, you have to take a shower in that dirty ass water. So good luck when it comes time to uh, any type of diseases or lesions on your legs or anything like that. Good luck. If you don't have none, you're lucky as fuck.
Self-awareness TV. It's not. He wasn't in prison. He wasn't in prison. I just want to say that real quick. It
I
was
was in
county
prison.
jail.
I was in
No,
prison.
but
But we
he
talking about
said
yelling.
he said, "What's the name of the prison you're talking about?" I just want to make sure because a prison and county jail is completely different.
Right, totally different.
So, after you, what happened? I'll let you finish after the shower. What happened?
So after the shower, and you're barefooted. Now you got bums in there. You got all kinds of shit. People coming through there, and it's disgusting as hell, right? And you walk out of there totally disgusted, right? And you dry off, and they give you your LA County blues, which you get a pair of drawers, you get a set of blue pants, you get a blue shirt, you get a cup and a spork. Do you know what a spork is?
A spoon fork. That's what it sounds like.
You get a cup and a spoon fork, what they call a spork, and that's all you get. Either you might get a lunch, or you might.
What's
get,
the cup?
No, I take it back.
A cup, just a cup, like that you drink out of.
Yeah, you get a plastic cup, and then you get I think they give you a plastic bag with I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember, but I think it's a razor, another bar of soap, a razor, another bar of soap, and maybe a toothbrush, and some toothpaste. It's powder.
Powdered toothpaste.
It's not the shit. It's not the shit you squeeze out of the tube. It's a bag with powder in it. In 2005, you getting a bag of powder for toothpaste, and a toothbrush is about that long, so you don't stab nobody. LA County Jail.
And where did they take you after that? After you got all that, where did they take you?
They take you to where you're going. So in my particular case, it took me to, I believe it's the central jail, and I was on Denver Row, and I was there for probably a couple of days maybe, and then they sent me to SuperMax, which is the Pritchess Detention Center.
How does SuperMax work? How does SuperMax work? Isn't SuperMax supposed to be super security?
It's the top of the line security, unescapable, maximum security.
Well, okay. The reason why I'm asking is because the riot started there and then spread to other jails, or was it other jails and then it spread to that one first?
One more time.
Because it's a SuperMax prison. If it's a SuperMax prison, none of that should have jumped off at all in a quote SuperMax, or maybe federal and state SuperMax are different.
Listen, all type of shit jumps off in SuperMax. All type of shit. I seen a dude damn near get beat so bad, he was unrecognizable. He got beat so bad, he was unrecognizable. Now this is in SuperMax. He was unrecognizable, literally, his face was so fucking swollen, you didn't know. He damn near didn't even know what type. He looked like a melon. They stopped him.
Was he beat by the officers or convicts?
He beat by convicts, and guess why?
What?
The reason why he was beaten so bad is because he didn't want to pay the 10% that the Mexicans require, that you pay when you get any type of commissary.
Oh, so that happens in county jail as well as prison?
That happened in SuperMax. So people say SuperMax is safe. No. Shit goes down in SuperMax now, because it takes time for the police to get to you. Now, what happened was they went over there. He was a new dude. He probably new to the jail lifestyle or whatever the case. They went over, had a conversation with him, and he didn't like how the conversation was going. So it was probably 20 to 30 people beating on him because he didn't want to do what the Mexicans required him to do, which is pay 10% of their commissary stuff. So, um, and what it is it's so that they put it in what's called a kitty. And a kitty is like, so when their people come in, if you don't have nothing, they draw from the kitty and they give you stuff. So they require
That
all of
seems
their.
nice. That seems like
I mean, it's an
a
organization.
nice thing to do. Yeah.
It's organization. Niggas don't do that though, but it's organization. So you pay 10%, we put it in the kitty, and when somebody comes in, don't have shit, we get that to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. And if you don't want to pay that, you kind of going against what we need you to do, homie. And if you don't want to do that, we need to make an example of why we need you to do that. And I mean, the dude was unrecognizable, and they was beating on him while I was cutting up my celery to put in my noodles and shit. And I looked over there like, damn, that's fucked up. And continue to chop up my noodles. And I mean, that happened.
You said these same scenarios happened when you were in California Youth Authority too at Preston.
Yeah.
That you would be eating or eating a sandwich and somebody be getting their face sliced up, and you would just be like, "Oh well, I don't know
Listen,
that person.
okay,
Ain't my
look,
friend."
a perfect example is this. I was eating I was eating a peanut butter and jelly bologna and Frito sandwich.
That was in CYA.
Yes.
That was in Preston. But
Yes.
okay, let's jump from Preston back to when you saw
But
the Mexican dude.
let me tell you the story. When I was eating my sandwich, there was okay, call it a move, right? It was a move on some I don't know if it was northern, I can't remember if it's northern southern Mexicans, but it's some Mexicans against some white dudes. Now, blacks, we not involved. So they moved on this dude and they sliced it. Listen, his face was like sliced, like it looked like worse than Freddy Krueger, like the shit, like shit and blood.
And okay, just to be clear, we're talking about California Youth Authority. What you're talking about? You're
Preston,
not even talking
Preston.
about county.
No, Preston. I'm talking about Preston. But what I'm saying
The
is, I got so
Gladiator
used to
School.
it. I got so used to it, I didn't even stop eating my sandwich. I'm like, that's fucked up.
That's not funny.
Say,
It really
homie,
isn't. That's like
where
horror
Domino's
movie
at?
shit from out of Freddy
What?
Krueger.
Look, homie, where the Domino's at? Come on, play the Domino's. It ain't my beef. Look,
Self-awareness TV. I don't know if they're trying to be slick or whatever, but he's black. He joined the black. He stayed black. He stayed black throughout his entire life. Whatever his time has been in California Youth Authority, prison, county, he stayed with black people because his father's black, so he chose black.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I just want to end that right there. So I don't want to see that shit anymore. I don't want to see those comments anymore. All that stupid shit. I mean, that's California though. That's to make it perfectly clear. You got to do that choosing your race set in
but
Cali.
however, there are blacks in Southern California, and I've seen them mostly in Southern California, where blacks run with Mexicans because they're part of a Mexican gang. There are blacks that do that, and there are also Mexicans, not very many, but there are Mexicans that are Crip or Bloods or whatever. A lot of people come from Belize, and they turn out to be either Crip or Blood. So there's a little bit of a makeup of different ethnicities, but you definitely, when you walk in that door, you got to make a declaration right then, like, you're gonna gravitate towards the people that you fuck with, and like like you
Oh
said,
yeah, I see now. I heard stuff like that. So okay, when you did this in county, right? So after they forced you to do what they did, and you got your little cup and your toothbrush, and you went into Central.
yeah,
Did you have to choose right there that I'm with the blacks or the Latinos or whatever?
you walk in the door, and they don't know who the fuck I am. I, who is this dude? Like, what is he? Like, we don't know what he is. Like, whatever. So
Because, baby, I'm not even going to lie to you. You look Mexican, even though you half black, you take after your mom's side of the family. You do. And I know it's confusing to both of them, the Mexicans and the blacks, because they're like, and black people, because it's like, okay, he says he's one of us, but then he looks like them. And they're saying the same thing. They're looking at you like, well, he says he's black, but he looks like us. So it's kind of confusing. I
but
totally dig it because
but
that's weird. It's a weird
but
type of way to live.
but at the same time, my hair was braided. I was super long, and Mexicans don't wear long hair in Southern California.
No?
No, it's bald head. Now, maybe on the streets, maybe they do, but not in prison or not in jail. You cutting that shit off like immediately.
Oh, I
That's it.
thought that okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were
No,
forced to do that.
no, it's not. It's not a. It's kind of hard for me to speak on because I'm not involved with that shit. All I see, all I can go by is what I saw, right? And
I'm gonna stop you there real quick. Brown
mhm.
skinned lady said Hood doesn't look Mexican to me. I thought he was black and white. Not to me. You do look. I just want to say that. You can go back. I'm sorry.
but you most definitely have to distinguish yourself, especially me, because again, I didn't look like this. Like you've all seen that mugshot with the braids. I look
Yeah, I
like that.
saw that.
I
Yeah,
look
we
like
all
that.
did.
And listen, none of the Mexicans once they see me come in there, they was like, I don't know, because no. And then so they can I mean, it's pretty. It's they can tell because you don't look like that if you're a Southern Mexican. You don't have braid. You're not braided up at all. You're never going to be braided up at all if you're a Southern Mexican. So they could kind of tell, but
Okay,
then
is there a reason why you keep saying Southern Mexican?
because Southern Mexicans are different than Northern Mexicans. Northern Mexicans, um, Northern Mexicans can do whatever the hell they want to. They say the N word. They wear long hair. No, when I because there's three. Okay, first of all, let me explain this. How
And
Mexicans,
Northern Mexicans are from the Bay Area, right? Is that what you mean
northern
by Northern
no,
Mexicans?
northern Mexicans is basically just north of Bakersfield, like Tulare, maybe Tulare, but Fresno, absolutely all the way north, right? And Bakersfield is kind of like the cutoff. So Southern Mexicans was all the way from San Diego all the way to like Bakersfield, and then there's Bakersfield all the way to the Bay. So uh, that's kind of like the cutoff. Bakersfield is kind of like the cutoff, but there's both Southern and northern Mexicans there. But like northern Mexicans are different than southern Mexicans. And there's also a faction of Mexicans and Latinos and Hispanics, right, that are called bulldogs. Bulldogs originated out of Fresno, and they don't get along with anybody. They don't get along with northern Mexicans. They don't get along with southern Mexicans. They don't get along with blacks. They don't get along with whites. They don't get along with nobody. They just out there by themselves, and they put work in. So and they establish themselves as opposite or antithetical to like Mexican mafia and all this Mexican sort of north south and all that shit. They
Are,
by
are, are,
themselves.
are bulldogs what they call Chicanos? Chicanos are people that they're like black people. Like they've been here for generations. Is
My
that what
nephew,
bulldogs are?
I have a nephew that's a bulldog, and you know when you leave the county jail, I went to a reception center called Wasco, and the thing at the time was that Bulldogs was on site with blacks. So anytime,
Really?
yeah,
That's
and you know
weird.
what on site means, right?
Go ahead.
On
You know what? I know what I think I know what it means, but for people who don't know, who are squares like myself, explain it.
on site means as soon as you see, uh, as soon as you see a black for the Bulldogs, as soon as you see a black, it's they attacking them, and vice versa with blacks. If you see a Bulldog, and you have opportunity, then you
I
attack them.
mean, are they attacking people? Are they attacking like the black mailman, or are they just attacking black people that they think are down with
This is in
what
prison.
they're into?
This is in prison, so it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
you're talking about prison, not on the street. Okay.
No, no. Now on the street in Southern California, a lot of some Mexican gangs just ride around and just shoot at black people sitting at bus stops and all
I
kind of
heard
stuff.
that. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
they taking off on black people.
No, I read stories about that. Black people just getting shot by them for no other reason other than being black. And black people don't retaliate in the same way to the Latinos. But anyway, we're getting back. Okay, let's go back to the jail. Okay, how do you declare? Does somebody come and take you in, or you just what do you do? How do they know where to place you?
Well, you go and talk. You go and talk. See what I did. First of all, I had the braids, right? So I go in. They can already kind of have an idea of who I am, who I fuck with, based upon how I look. So there's no Mexicans in there with braids. So they were like, yeah, he's not one of us because that's the
Okay.
thing. That's a thing, right? You can't like that's the thing. So I go in there and I holler at the basically the shot caller.
What's a
Uh,
shot caller?
the shot caller is the person that calls the shots. He's the boss. He's the John
He's
Gotti
the
of the hood.
boss of the whole. What is he? Black, white, whatever of the whole pod. I'm calling it a
No,
pod or
no,
dorm or
no, no,
whatever.
no, no, no. You have he's okay. Okay. The other term is
Okay, we're green. You have to talk to everybody in here like we're green. So is the shot caller you talk to, is he black? Is he white? Is he Latino? What is he?
okay. Okay, what you have in a jail situation is this: you have Mexicans, you have whites, you have blacks, and you have what's called paisas. Do you know what a
What's
paisa
that?
is? Paisa is a southern, like a Mexican, which is different than a California Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Paisas run by themselves usually, but they kind of link up with Southern Mexicans, and whites link up with Southern Mexicans a lot of times, right? And blacks
Because
is
they're
just by themselves,
outnumbered. They're outnumbered in the prison system. Is that the reason why? Whites do that.
pretty much, because whites are a small segment. Um, uh, whites are a minority basically. So they need to link up with Mexicans to improve their numbers, right? But a lot of times whites get treated like shit by the Mexicans because they outnumber the whites. So they can do that. So they call it pushing a line. They call it push a line. And push a line just means that you exercise your power over them and they do whatever they
Hold
do.
on. I just want to stop you real quick. I just want to answer this real question. No name person, that's my name, says, I feel like this man is being interrogated. Yes, he is being interrogated because I have to keep him on point with what we need to know before we get to the main part. Because sometimes, the conversations here, they're like real conversations. They veer off topic sometimes. Okay, so the shot caller that you spoke to
Yeah.
was black.
Yes.
He
And
walked over to you.
he's
He walked
also
over to you, or you walked over to him.
well. I was like when I come in, there's usually somebody there to greet you. Like if they think you're whatever, so you black, right? And it's only because of me they would ask that question, right? Because if it's a traditional looking black person, they would never ask that. So it's only, are you black, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, come holler. Come over here, holler at, old boy, whatever. So the shot caller, right? is basic, or also known as a rep. So he's the black rep, or he's the white rep, or he's the
Okay.
Southern Mexican rep, or he's
Okay.
the Asian rep, or whatever the case, right? So he's also known as the rep. So when you get a problem, the reps get together, or the shot callers, or whatever we call them, they get together and they negotiate, and they can squash a riot, or they can make it where it's the shit going down. So
Okay. All right. So now we know who controls what and who gets respect. They're like I get it. I understand what they are.
so a
They're
shot
like
caller,
warlords. They're like warlords. What
yeah.
warlords used to be. You probably don't know what I'm talking about. But go ahead.
But they run that particular car. Okay, the car is the sector. So you have the black car, you have the white car, you have the Mexican car, you have the Asian car, blah blah blah. It goes on, whatever car. So that particular, so when you talk about cars, right, which is the segments that are broken up, the person that is basically the shot caller would say, well, you would say that he has the keys to the car.
Oh, okay. That's why it's called cars.
So he has the
All right.
keys.
That makes
So
that
so
that
so
makes
so
sense, I
so
guess.
so for example, if you have a rep or a shot caller of the blacks, right, and he goes away because he's getting out of there and he's going to either home or another prison or something. Okay, I'm gonna leave you the keys. Is what he would say to the next person in line. I'm gonna leave you the keys.
I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I mean, I like that it's that organized. It's procedure, like a corporation, like a business. All
Mhm.
right, go ahead. Go ahead. What? That's a business type thing. That's people doing a business.
And that's standard. Like everybody does that, right? All the things. Now, you have different rules. I don't know the whites have to do that, but I know the Mexicans have to pay 10%,
The
and that's
Mexicans got to pay 10% for the kitty to look out for each other. So that's something that probably they've been doing for a long, long time for whatever reason. Black
look,
people don't do that. They're not being forced to pay 10% for the
no,
kitty.
the niggas ain't doing that. Look, self-awareness TV said hood trucker on the first 48.
Being ratted out.
Yeah. So you go through there. So you get all your situation. They tell you what the rules are, what toilets you can use because it's all segregated. You could kick off a riot if you use the wrong toilet. You can kick off a riot if you use the wrong phone.
And we're talking about this is the 20 and then 20 this is the prison this is
2005.
California still segregates
Yes,
people according
yes.
to race in 2020 and 2005.
It's
Probably even
self-imposed.
now.
It's self-imposed. It ain't the police doing. It's the inmates doing it. It's self-imposed, and for a reason. Because
Okay, this is just Southern Cali, right? It's not is this Northern Cali or all California prisons? All California.
all California is like this. There
Okay, go
is
ahead.
no, if you drink water out of a white water faucet, you gonna kick off a whole riot.
Can you get permission to do that? You have to get permission
No,
first.
no, there's no permission. You're
They'll
not
never
using
give
shit.
permission. You don't even
Never,
ask for permission to get
never,
some water.
never, never.
You can't even
Don't.
offer to pay to use the
No,
water.
no, no. You don't use that water. You don't use that toilet. You don't use that shower. You don't. Sometimes they have different coffee pots depending on the luxuriousness of
Is
the
everybody
room.
afraid they're gonna get cooties? I mean, what is it? Like you gonna get the cooties or
It's
something?
racial. It's racial Jim Crow type shit right in there, and there is no breaking the rules. If you break the rules, you finna get dealt with for
Dealt
real.
with by who? The people. Okay, will it be the black people who you're with, or will it be the people?
No. What's gonna happen is this. What's gonna happen is this. Like, let's say for example, I go and use the wrong toilet. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have the rep get alerted by someone who saw it, and then they're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go holler at, if it was, let's say it was me, I'm gonna go holler at the black rep, and uh, they're gonna say something to the effect of, your boy used our toilet and either you gonna deal with them or we gonna deal with them. And a lot of times, people get offended by being told to discipline their people. So depending on where you are and depending on what the situation is, one or two things will happen. Either the person your people that you associate with is going to handle you, and it's called a DP. DP is discipline. Either they're going to discipline you, right, for going using the wrong fucking toilet, or they're going to kick off a whole entire riot because they don't want you to tell them how to discipline their people. So one way or the other, it's going down.
Okay. All because somebody pissed in the wrong toilet.
Absolutely. And listen, don't piss in the shitter. There are piss toilets and there are shit toilets. If you piss, even if you piss, okay, if you piss in the...
Wait, you mean the urinal? You talking about the urinal? You know what a urinal is, right? That's where you pee. Men, yes. You guys. And then a regular toilet.
Yes. It depends on the situation. Sometimes there is no urinals. Sometimes it's only toilets. But it would be a specific piss toilet in that case, right? Piss is for only. You don't shit here. You piss here. And this is the shit toilet. You don't piss here, you shit here. So,
okay.
So if you piss in the shit thing, and it's even if it's one of your people, you're probably going to get dealt with because you should have known better. We told you that you don't piss here, you shit here, and you're probably going to get dealt with. A couple, get knuckled up a little bit, little something, right? Not too bad, just a little touch up, what do you call it? A little tune up. They call it a little tune. They get a little tune up. You know what I'm saying? Tune up, because you didn't know no better. Get a little tune up.
Okay, all right. Who does the tune up? I mean, is it going to be like the shot caller that's going to do it, or he's going to order other people to do that to that person?
It's going to be homies, the volunteers. Okay. I volunteer. Okay, we're gonna do the tune up. Me.
But what if you don't want to volunteer? What if nobody volunteers?
What?
You volunteered, didn't you? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But what if nobody wants to volunteer to beat up another person?
That's not true. It's not true. You will always
what if no one wants to volunteer?
No, you're gonna have to pick 3 because it's gonna be like 12 ready to go.
Is that serious?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you playing chess and cards and having drinks and putting food in the kitty or whatever the fuck y'all call that shit, and y'all friends, and all because the person accidentally did the wrong thing.
Oh, that nigga that would have picked. That nigga that went and pissed in the goddamn shitter. I'll put my shoes on. Where that nigga at?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, it's like that. Because motherfuckers be mad at girls not acting right. Well, they want to put it, it's aggression. They want to whoop your ass because you done pissed in the shitter.
I'm laughing, but go ahead. I know it's not funny, but
because his woman that cheated on him with his best friend. They want to whoop your ass. Absolutely, that's how it goes down. So I mean, that's just how it goes. Like there's rules and regulations to this shit, and depending on what ethnicity you run with, is either more or less. Like niggas got the most freedom because you ain't finna tell niggas nothing. You can't control niggas. Niggas always gonna have a problem. So you got Crips, you got Bloods, you got all this shit, and we trying to stay together. But you ain't finna tell a Crip ain't necessarily gonna tell a Blood what to do. And because it's gonna be a problem, right? So,
okay, so the Crips and the Bloods, okay, they're all black. They don't get along. Okay, we're gonna hop off this for a second.
Now listen,
because you're in prison now. You're not on the street, and you guys, you're outnumbered by the Latinos.
No. We still in county jail. This all goes down to county jail still.
What? I thought you were in
No, we ain't went to prison yet. We still in
county
jail.
Prison. This is just county. All right.
Listen. LA County Jail is worse than some prisons. LA County Jail is worse
I'm
than some
sorry.
places.
I know. I forgot that we're not talking about your stint in prison yet. I got air quotes if you can't see it, but and this is just okay. All right. So we understand. I think everybody understands. But I do have one question. Okay, the Bloods in the Crypt, they're usually black, right? Now you're in jail. They are in jail. But the Latinos outnumber everybody, black and white people in prison. Any ethnic group, they outnumber them 100%, the Mexicans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So for the time that they're in prison, will the Bloods and the Crips like just chill because they need to have the numbers. They need to unite while they're there. But then when everybody's out, it's back to normal. Does that happen?
100%. It's black at that point. I mean, okay.
It's no longer blood and Crip. It's like you gotta like dead all of that. Save it for the streets.
Yes, because it's about numbers. We can funk all day long, and we can even have personal fades, right? But when it comes down to it, if we got to get to it, and all that shit go out the window. Now, again, if you kill my homie, something like that, we're gonna have a fade. We're gonna have to do something, and that's internal. And sometimes, you need to have a little tune-up, little shits to keep you ready, like for the shit, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You can have little tune-ups and that type of thing. But and then you showing your skill at the same time, like the motherfuckers see you in the ops, be like, oh yeah, I don't want to fuck with him because they got hands. They got super hands. Bang, bow, boop, bow. Yeah, I want to fuck with him, right? So sometimes you do that to as a show of force too. So like you discipline somebody at the same time, listen, it's all every move is being watched.
Have you disciplined anybody?
Do you want me to incriminate myself?
No.
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on.
I'm gonna tell you this.
We'll move on. We'll move on.
Hold on. I'm gonna
on.
tell you this though. When I was in LA, I was in SuperMax, right? And not long. It was probably maybe a month. It was some time before the riots happened, right? And when I say everybody is watching you, everybody is watching you. Listen, the Mexicans slept in shifts, meaning that certain section of Mexicans would be asleep, other sections would be wide awake. When they wake up, they go to sleep, and they alternate.
And this was before the riot even happened.
And it's on opposite sides of the pod or wherever the fuck you at, right? And it's all SuperMax. It's maximum security everywhere. So everybody listen. Everybody in there got a serious crime. Murder, you looking at death penalties, you got murders and all kinds of shit, right? So you in there, and you got one side of this, I shouldn't say one side. So you got a portion of one side of the building who's a Mexican, right? And it's sprinkled. So people are up and sprinkled around in there. Then you got the other side. There's some of them sleep, and then some of them sprinkled up still. And then when they wake up, the other ones go to sleep. So it's always somebody awake, right? So on for the black section, it wasn't really that necessarily organized. Motherfuckers would be open. Motherfuckers would be awake, but I was damn near always awake. I slept in 30-minute intervals. But listen,
because you told me, okay, we're going back to CYA, but you said that it was the same thing. It was the same exact thing in Preston. You said Preston, you guys. It's like, I don't know. You said it was a precursor to some kind of like people were going to fight and they would do, I don't know. You said the same thing, that they were standing up in shifts and sleeping over here, and everything you just said right now, you said that they did in California Youth Authority as well. So you were aware of this. It's like it transferred over to jail. So you were already aware of how this works.
Right. So while I was in Preston, you have to be on alert at all times. So when I go to the LA County Jail, that was my first time ever being there because I'm not from LA, but I caught my case in LA. So I walking in there, no, not a non-gang member. So they already talking shit like I'm an off-brand nigga and all kinds of other shit, and motherfuckers got shit to say, and uh, and so I'm like this. I can't depend on nobody else to save my life. I can't depend on anything other than myself to do what the fuck I need to do, right? So what I'm doing is this. I'm sleeping in like 30 minutes. I'm sleeping. Boo. I'll go knock off and I'll get back up and I'll move around, shit like that. So the shot caller or the rep from the Mexicans, where I was at, my bed was in close proximity to where his bed was. This motherfucker came. I ain't never spoke a word to this dude ever in life, right? We was from I was living in Van Nuys at the time, and he lived in Van Nuys too, right? But I didn't know that, right? He came over to me and asked me. He said, "Do you ever sleep?" I said, "When it's necessary." And he handed me a bag of coffee. I said, "This motherfucker don't want me to do nothing to him." If shit goes down.
Wait, okay, so you guys, I don't understand. You told me you were in the black section. You were hung out. You were in the black car section. Mm-hmm. So how did you wind up sleeping with the Mexicans?
No, it's a dorm. It's a dorm.
Oh, okay. It's a dorm. So it's open. It's an open dorm. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's an open dorm.
And you were next to him. You were next to him.
No, I wasn't next to him. I was in close proximity. So say my bunk is here. His was like probably within 10 feet.
But, okay, so it wasn't closed off or anything. It was like everybody could see everybody.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm quiet. I'm reserved. I eat by myself, and I'm always awake. Anybody that's been to anywhere before the county jail, you recognize that. Like, I need to watch this nigga because I don't know what the fuck going on with him. I don't know what's going on. This nigga's always awake. He always got his shoes on. He always got his shoes on, right? And he's always when I look over there, he's always on point.
Okay, I'm gonna say this one thing only because you told me, and I don't know. Does that transfer from your CYA days? Because in Preston, you guys didn't wear slippers and stuff. You stayed in shoes. You stayed ready for combat in shoes. So that transferred over to your county jail days and your prison days, right?
100%.
So you weren't like, you know how you see on those lockup shows, you see people wearing white tube socks and they're walking around in slippers. You wouldn't be caught dead like that. Not in prison.
No.
Not in jail. Not anywhere. No. Because you have to stay ready, right? No. You got to stay ready.
You wear your shoes to the shower and you get in your shower shoes in the shower. And as soon as you get out that motherfucking shower, you put your shoes back on.
Okay, do you know who BGF is? Self-Awareness TV says BGF run the prison and jail. Is that California or a different state?
Not in California. They don't run. There are some that's there, but Self-Awareness TV, I don't think he's ever been anywhere, so he wouldn't fucking know anything. So BGF is not any significance in California. There's some there, but there's not any. They're not of any significance. Like, for example, there's a Muslim car too. But we all run with blacks. Like, if it's a thing against another race, we're all together. Like BGF, Muslims, blacks, regular blacks, Crips, Bloods, whatever. We're all together.
This person who I've never seen here before, and I mean, if you're cool people, that's fine. No name person, that's my name. Why is this man sharing private info here on YouTube, not helping anyone, but others will use it against him, like the person I from who mentioned him. He's sharing the information because they already put his shit out there from the get-go. So he might as well just tell his story before anybody else does. Not only that, he's telling exactly what the fuck happens in this prison. It's not fucking private, it's public. Nobody wants to talk about what really happens. And this is county jail. This ain't even prison. This is their version of Rikers Island. This is their version of Rikers.
And here's the thing. A lot of these youngsters don't know what they doing and what they facing and what the consequences is when they out here standing at the gas station robbing these old ladies and stealing cars and doing all that stupid shit for the drugs and shit that you the lean and all that shit. You don't know what you facing. No, I can't speak for nowhere else, but California, you better be ready, especially in LA County. You better be ready. You better be prepared, right? Because listen, I felt like when I went in there, I felt like I was prepared for anything. I went to some of the worst. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. I had a cellie when I was in California California Northern California Reception Center for Youth Authority, and I had a cellie that was gang banged out and all this shit, blah blah blah, this and that, and I'm doing this and gang size, whatever, right? They brought that box in there at 2:00 in the morning, like they usually do, and that motherfucker said PSI, which is Preston School of Industry. That motherfucker had a tear in his eye, and you know why he had a tear in his eye? Because that shit was no motherfucking joke. That shit was no.
This was somebody who was all big and bad and he had all the bravado and
he was there for murder. My cellie was there for murder, and he seen that PSI box because when you go and you get interviewed, right? It's a reception center, so they trying to evaluate what the fuck going on, right? He put down there he wanted to go to Ventura, which is a college. He wanted to go to Carl Holton or a fire camp or some shit like that, right? That motherfucker said PSI. PSI already had a reputation there, right? And that motherfucker had a tear in his eye. I said, this a nigga that murdered a nigga and this nigga crying.
Okay. We get it. But jump back to, I know what's going to happen. Let's jump back to county. Okay, why did they have you next to the Latino dude?
Because it's a dorm. And everybody in it is for the same shit. It's SuperMax. You're constantly monitored. There's cameras everywhere. But the housing situation is they can't monitor everyone, and if you have a serious violent crime, they throw you in the dorm where all the serious violent crime motherfuckers, because they think that y'all gonna monitor yourself. I'm assuming that's what the rationale for throwing a bunch of killers in the same vicinity, because y'all gonna monitor yourself. Now listen, I have seen some gruesome shit go on because everybody in there is in there for a violent crime. And I see some gruesome shit go on in there because the people are disciplining themselves. I've seen a dude get his fucking leg cracked, like the dude stepped on his knee and pulled his fucking knee up, like the backwards. That shit was nasty looking.
Do you know the reason why it happened?
Because he was from a gang that he wasn't. He was claiming a gang that he wasn't from.
Yeah, they don't like that, gang. Nah, you can't do. Why would you do that?
Because you scary or whatever. My first night in the LA County jail, I heard a grown man screaming all night because he was he had tattoos from two separate gangs on his body, and he went into a cell on Denver Road. He went into a cell where he had the opposite gang from wherever said he was or whatever. I think it was somebody was in there from where one of the gangs he was from, and then they didn't like the other guy, whatever the case. Right? You got two different tattoos. They made him, or no, I take it back. They scraped the tattoos off of his body, like cut them off of his body, right? And then and he was screaming like all night, like a little girl, like a grown man would scream because it was like, because I think it's a
what on earth made him get two different tattoos? That doesn't even make sense. Like, why would you do that?
You got people who do that, and then they get caught, and but anyway. I think it's either 4-man or 6-man cell. So you got all these people in the cell that don't like you, that's gonna make you like rip all your. I mean, they cut the tattoos off of him. He was screaming like a little girl all night, and
were you able to sleep? Wait, okay, forget were you able to sleep. Where were the guards? You said that there were cameras everywhere. You said that this was SuperMax.
They only come by like every hour, couple hours, something like that.
But there's cameras, and don't they have speakers to hear you guys?
No. You got to press that button to hear the speaker. That's number one. And a lot of times, I don't know if there is a speaker. You got to press that button.
But you said the guy was screaming all night. So if they come once an hour, he must have been screaming and moaning.
Because they were beating him. They were cutting his tattoos off. They were beating him all night. And then when the police come by, they would tell him, "Shut the fuck up, or we gonna kill you." So he would shut the fuck up when the police come by.
Kill me then, nigga. Fuck it. I'm already dying here right now.
But you don't know what they did. They didn't know what they already did to him. He trying to get some reprieve or something. You don't know what they did to him. They might have suffocated him when the police came. I mean, who knows? I went in the cell. I'm just saying, like they was man, look, you can't.
So the people in SuperMax are what you call high violent offenders, right?
Yes. But this wasn't even SuperMax.
Were rapists? Were rapists in there as well?
This was no, hell no. Look, this wasn't even SuperMax where I was. I was there like the first couple of days. You go like when you get checked in, you go through that shower, you get checked in, and you go to a regular old jail cell, and then it takes 2 days for you to get transferred to the SuperMax. So during the time I was on Denver Road, during the time I was there. It had a dude in there, and it's what it is. You got bars, and it's a wall, and that shit reverberate off of the walls, and so the police know what's fucking going on, but they don't like walk by and they fucking jiggle their keys and shit like that, and they basically let you know they coming, right? And they probably suffocated that dude while he was walking by. You know what I'm saying? Who know? I mean, because he didn't say nothing,
and so you weren't even at Pritchess yet.
No.
This was just in regular county.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So when in Pritchess, you were sleeping next to the Latino dude who gave you coffee because he was scared you were gonna fuck him up. He couldn't. He wanted to sleep.
I don't want to say that, but I'm just saying he might. Well,
he couldn't sleep because you couldn't sleep. He didn't trust you.
Listen, you're not shot calling for nothing. You're not a shot caller for nothing. So I don't think he was no punk or nothing. I think he was just offering a peace offering. Like if something go down, just don't fuck with me. I think it was a peace offering. Because I didn't do nothing to him. I ended up leaving anyway. And nothing happened.
Because you said that you guys can't even like talk together, right? And have but the shot callers.
Listen, you can have a conversation, but you better not talk about no exchange, nothing. You better not exchange nothing. You better not eat nothing. You better not drink nothing. You better not do none of that. You can talk to each other though, like, hey, how like that type of shit. Cordial, keep it cordial, but you better not be doing.
Okay, so the shot caller of each group is the only one. He's the leader. You call him a shot caller, but he's basically the leader, right?
The rep, yeah.
He's the rep. Are there any underlings? Okay. Yeah. You're the shot caller of your group. Who's your underlings, and what do they call them?
I don't know if they call them anything.
Who's second in command?
As far as the blacks go, there really is no name. It's just the rep and the.
It's
homies.
just called the rep. There's no
It's
name.
The homie. I don't know.
Okay, so there's a shot
There's no. I don't
and
know
everybody else.
Yeah, the shot caller and everybody else.
And so what about everybody? Okay, everybody else. It's the shot caller and everybody else is all on equal standing, correct?
Pretty much, yes. But, the shot caller gonna have his closest homies, right? And it's not really, they're not really like labeled nothing, right? But if something needs to go down, because usually, if you call in the shot, if you got the keys to the car, then you run the place, and if it's any type of drug sales or any type of illegal activities going on, shit like that, you got your hand in it, and you're gonna have your boys that's running the show and shit and making sure everything is everything, and your payments getting on time and all that type of shit. You're gonna have that type of shit, right? So and it's the homies, right? It's the homies, right? So you would like if you wanted to buy something, you approach the homies and they were like, okay, I'll get you this, blah blah blah. Just make sure you had that bread though, and that's how it goes.
One last question on that part about exchange. So, do you guys? Okay, it's a business. So if say I'm just making up a story. Say you guys want like a bag of weed. I'm just saying weed, or you want a cell phone. Will the shot caller, will the guys who do that kind of business in the black section work with the white and Latino section to try to get that moving as long as there's money exchanging? So you guys will work together like that because there's money and okay. So that's how you guys help each other out.
Yeah, I mean, I would call it help. I call it doing business because
okay, doing business.
If you got drugs, you trying to sell your drugs. So it isn't.
So that's when the ratio. All money is green money. All green money is good money, and nobody cares where it comes from.
You can do a transaction like that above board. You can do a transaction above board where everybody knows this is what it is, and we doing a transaction like this. Like, okay, I got this, you got that, and we're gonna make a transaction. Yeah, absolutely. You can.
So if you want a carton of cigarettes, and if the white guy's got it, the shot caller or whoever his business people are, you pay the money, they make sure you get it somehow. Correct?
Say it again.
Were you reading something? You want to read something real quick?
Yeah, no name said the hood trucker. Why are you answering these questions? Do you know her? This isn't okay.
Who are you? And why are you? And why do you care? He's fine. He's answering every question. He's not naming people. He's teaching. This is a learning experience. You know what? If a certain YouTuber on this platform nobody knew that he had a conviction. Nobody knew about his record. Nobody knew about him getting like arrested until a creator on this platform put out his information. And since that person did, he's going to say exactly what happened and why. And in a later live, when he has time, he'll explain how he beat the case. Tell them exactly. Just tell them this part. What was your bail and what kind of time were you looking at in 2005?
My bail was $1 million, and I was looking at 25 years to life.
And the charges were
attempted murder on the police.
And it wasn't even, and the cops lied, right?
I fired my public defender against everyone's advice, and even including the judge, and fought my own case and not beat it, but I didn't do 25 years to life. I did 6 years with half. So, much better situation, and did it all myself and against everyone's advice. So
congratulations. I mean, really, I'm going to give you a clap. Clap, 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 clap. I'm really happy that you were able to do that. In another live, you can explain exactly what you did and why. But this one, we're going to just talk. Okay. we're gonna skip over everything. You basically told us how everything is done, the order, the racial order and all that bullshit, and putting in work and discipline and all this stuff.
Okay.
So the riots happen, right? When did you guys know? And did you guys know before it was going to happen? And tell us the reasons why it happened.
Hold on. No name person said how can they join the thing? So
What
let
does he
me
want to join the conversation for?
okay. Well,
Oh,
let's
no name,
we'll do it
stay
later.
there.
We'll do that later. We'll do
When we
that.
finish
We'll,
this
yeah, yeah.
live, no, when we finish talking about this, right? No name, seriously. I want to get this part out of it, and then after we're done, then you can come up here. That you can talk to Trucker and come up here about this stuff, okay? I
Yeah.
want to hear your opinion. I do. Okay, no name. And the fact that you're a man is really important. Go ahead, Trucker.
Now, what was the question again?
Okay, we're just gonna jump straight to when the riot started or was about to start,
Hmm.
and what happened. Like,
Hmm.
you were there, and there's proof that you were there because you were forced to stay there for a year, and you got the proof. So you were there during that time.
Hmm.
So it was basically the blacks against. Okay, I don't know what happened, but you explain exactly. When did you know? How did you know it? Were you surprised? And what was the real reason it jumped off, and not that stuff that we read in the papers?
Well, apparently, what the paper said was that it was the Mexican mafia trying to exercise their power over the blacks or whatever the case. Um,
Wait,
I
one
that's
one
not.
last one last thing. I'm so sorry, babe. Um,
Mhm.
Self awareness TV. You said, why is she trying to control Hood Trucker show? I'm not trying to control his fucking show. Me and him discussed this before I got on this show.
No,
I'm
you don't have
keeping
to.
him on
But
track.
you don't have to explain anything. But go ahead.
No, but I
Go ahead.
want to. I want to make sure because this person is acting like I'm.
You don't
If
have to
if you're
explain.
a friend of the show, if you're a friend of Hood Trucker and the chat, just be cool. After everything is over, you guys can ask and say whatever you want. Okay,
But you don't have to
pick
explain
up.
anything. You don't have to explain
Okay,
anything. Go ahead.
okay, all right. I know, but I'm gonna stop looking at that. Moonlight got it. Moonlight got it. I'm cool. Okay, what happened? Again, just explain what you were going to explain. Like,
See, we got a little bit of a heads up because apparently it was a transaction that went down on the street that went afoul, and because of that, whatever the particulars of that transaction were, it was a it was a certain segment of the community that didn't like how they went down, and so consequently, uh, the Mexicans didn't. The Mexicans initiated, you know, a riot on the blacks because
an
of what happened.
alfada. They initiated was an alfada on you guys. I don't know if I'm saying
Alfada.
that right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that term,
It's
but
it's what happened. It's what
they
happened.
they moved. In prison terms, they moved on the blacks, and we had a little bit of a heads up because everybody knew what was going on in the street, and so we had a little bit of a heads up, and it went down the way it went down. And so,
Okay, how did you get a heads up though? So you weren't were you like surprised? Were you ambushed? I mean, did
no, we was ready.
everybody
No, we was ready.
so word got back. How did word get to y'all? It's like how did you find out? How did it come to you?
Listen. It's visiting. It's phone calls. It's all kinds of shit. There's all kinds of different modes of communication that you can get a message into the county jail, and that's what happened. Like he was like, yeah, it's shit going down on the street, and y'all better be on point and be ready because they talk about this, that, and the other. And that's exactly what happened. And some of us were well equipped enough to stave off a large attack, and some of us weren't. Like some I heard it was a black dude that got thrown off the tier. Um, some people got fucked up pretty bad. Nobody in my section uh, suffered anything of significance. Maybe shit flying or whatever, but nothing of any significance. And that's because of the way that we, were fortified, basically, and the things that we did to, again, stave off the attack. Now we had to, get busy a little bit, but sometimes it's like this.
Were you guys outnumbered? Is what I want to
Yes,
know.
yes, but sometimes,
Greatly outnumbered.
yes, but sometimes it's like this. Sometimes a shot is called, right? But the people that need to uh, 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 perform that shot or exercise that shot or whatever the word is are not really enthusiastic about it because they know uh, the the how formidable the opposition is. So, for
Thank you
example,
at Moonlight. Thank you at Moonlight. Thank
so,
you.
so for example, if I know that these niggas with them shits right here, right, and I need to go in there and try to do something, I might do something enough to say that I did something. Like I might throw something in there, something like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I might do enough to say that
Look,
I did.
listen, I'm going to tell you something. Everything, you guys were outnumbered. You had to defend yourself. It's self defense.
Mhm.
And the cops, where were they? Where was the COs?
Everything cracked. Everything he jumped at the same time. It was like
So the
it was.
COs didn't know about it. They
It was
really
not
were in the
enough. It
dark.
was not enough. It was not enough. It was not enough of them because everything cracked at the same time. It's like all of it cracked at the same time. Like all of it. You can't be everywhere at the same time. There's not enough police. Everything cracked at the same time. So just so happens where we were, it was enough real niggas and enough real gangsters and all of that that we were able to stave off some of that bullshit, right? And we didn't suffer any significant damage, right? But that's not the case in everywhere, and everywhere that shit popped off, the police can't necessarily get there in an ample amount of time. So, what ended up happening was is when they did come in, they shooting them fucking ticker ass bombs and grenades, all kind of shit, shooting all shit out, boop, 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 right, and shut the place down and haul the motherfuckers out there and getting searching you and all that weird ass shit. And again,
And we're talking about SuperMax, a SuperMax prison that everybody is under the impression
jail.
is
It's
supposed to
jail. It's not
be.
even prison. It's not even prison. It's jail. Like
Okay,
I
all
said,
right, a
L.A.
SuperMax
County jail.
jail.
L.A. County jails were tougher than some of the prisons in California. Yeah, L.A. County jail is tougher than some of the prisons in California. And again, it just so happens I happen to be in a section of real estate where there was some real gangster killer type motherfuckers that the opposition knew what type of motherfuckers we was over there, and didn't really do a whole lot. Like they did something to say, I did something, but
They didn't really want to go. They were like, we're ordered to do this, but we don't even know why we're doing it. Is that what you're saying? It's like we were
yes,
told we
everybody
had to
not
do
with
this.
that because you can get fucked up. You can get fucked up, like you can get really seriously hurt doing some shit to people that's really about their life. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it was by the grace of God that I had enough real niggas around me because it's not the same all the time.
I
It was
know, I know, I
like
know,
I
I
just
know.
happened to be in a situation where I was around a bunch of real like grimy like grind like I mean, motherfucker looking like the death penalty. They don't give a fuck about nothing. They gonna die anyway. Motherfucker looking at the death. I got 25 to life, right? I'm sleeping next to a motherfucker got the death penalty, and he telling me about his girl and shit like that, and he like he going crazy and shit. Like I want to do something, and motherfuckers know. Like again, the motherfucker brought me coffee. Motherfuckers know that shit. They sense that. Motherfucker walking around like this all day long. Like, motherfuckers don't want to fuck with that. So not to say not to take anything from the message on that, but I'm saying like sometimes you just do shit to like say, hey, I did something and that's it. And hey, I did something and nothing happened. And
So, how long did this last at your particular? They always talk about Pritchess. I know it happened at other prisons because it was a unified thing. It was like somebody shot a flare and that was it. Everybody was like, "Bam, do it." So, how long? They said it was like days long and stuff.
it cracked once in our door. Now I don't know. I mean, listen, the LA County Jail is big. I don't know how many times it cracked because sometimes because what happened was when they came in, they fucking grenades and shooting. Look, motherfuckers got big eyeballs and shit because that fucking tear gas shit and hit him in the eye and they shooting all kinds of shit. They shooting all kinds of shit in there and get your ass down and kicking motherfuckers and shit. They came in and fucking and just damn near destroyed the place. And they put you in a room and they searching you. It's just all kind of crazy ass shit. And then they put you back. Some people, some facilities cracked again, and some different. Ours only did it once. And
Well, you're supposed to be SuperMax, so you shouldn't be cracking like SuperMax means nothing, obviously, not in LA County. Moonlight said, "How did you stay safe?"
I was around. It just in my particular sector, it was a bunch of real killer, grimy motherfuckers that just don't give a shit about nobody type motherfuckers, and that previously you listen when you in a situation like that, you are always monitoring your surroundings. Like I know who was real and who was fake and who I'm watching certain motherfuckers and I'm watching that shot caller dude all the time. That's why he came on and brought me some coffee, right? That was a peace offering. I didn't fuck with him, right? I didn't fuck with him, and he came and did that. I can't remember if he left before that or not. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't fuck with it, but he came and he noticed that. So everybody notices what's going on, and the people I was fucking with are motherfuckers that's looking at capital murder type shit and fucking when you murder someone in the course of a robbery, that's death penalty, and you a gang member. So because they up that shit, it's life if you're not a gang member, but if you're a gang member, it's just death penalty. So I'm around like probably 10 motherfuckers that did the same shit. They didn't rob the motherfucker, killed them, and because they a gang member, they on death penalty, so they don't give a fuck about nothing. And I just happen to be in that sector of real estate right there where motherfuckers knew that, and they wouldn't really.
From what I read, and there was an article, and I can't really find it now, but I remember reading about what took place. And when I found out that he died, I was like, nah, he was a sex offender. I was like, so what? He's fucking dead. Who gives a shit? But another guy.
Here's the thing. If you a sex offender, right? And I know you're a sex offender, whatever. I mean, I did something, but the mess can get you.
But the what?
The Mexicans get a hold of you in that situation?
Oh yeah, he was dead. He died from his injuries. And
that's how they gonna do you. That's how they gonna do you. Okay, the Mexican got you.
You're not gonna do anything, right?
Fuck no.
It's not the Black Brotherhood. The Black Brotherhood is gone.
I'm not saving you. I'm not saving you. A sex offender. I'm not saving you.
And another guy died, and he died actually as a hero. He was doing a good deed because he said he died and he was protecting an older black inmate, and he died from it was 3 Mexicans or 4 that had attacked him, and he died from his injuries. So I don't know what his crime was, but I can say that he went out as a hero.
Hood trucker, they got you drunk and have you open on a public
Look,
platform. They
this
are
person, this person has been. They're coming in under different names. There's too many people saying the same thing.
But here's
So
the thing. Here's the thing. We talking about my experience in the LA County Jail.
it's your
I'm not naming
experience.
no
Yeah, you could
names.
talk about your
I'm not naming
experience.
no
I don't know
names.
why people don't want you to tell about your fucking experiences. Everybody on this platform has talked about being in jail and what they did and all this other nonsense. But you've never talked about really anything, and this is the only thing that I wanted you to speak on because I wanted everything you told me to be fresh. So all these questions, everything that I'm saying is new and fresh. And I don't know what this is. It's like, don't tell anybody. These are secrets. Secrets. What fucking secrets are you talking about?
Not to mention that these tough guys on the internet be talking tough, and like real niggas that's really been in the shit can tell whether or not you a real nigga or not. Like you've been in there, or because first of all, if you notice, I've never threatened Crummy 69 the deputy.
No,
I've
you
never,
have not ever.
I've never threatened um, biracial asshole and fair
No, you haven't threatened
useless.
anybody on this platform. No one.
I told him I would buy him some chocolates like a bitch. That's what I'm gonna do. If I see
And
you in
look,
person,
this is the other person. They said, live peace. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Can you block her? Well, before you block her, let me read
I
this.
don't even know it's a
She
her. It could be a dude.
I don't care. She is manipulating and asking you very specific questions that are incriminating. No, they're fucking not.
No.
If they were incriminating, this man isn't fucking stupid. He wouldn't have answered them. And share your story, but don't answer her questions about specifics, dude.
I'm not answering. I'm not. I'm not answering anything.
No, you're not answering anything. And M is scared and controlling, and delete that person, please,
Oh,
Moonlight.
Emma's scared.
He is not drunk, and even if he was tipsy, I know who this is.
Who is that?
I know who this is. Man, get out of here.
Live Peace. You know what it is?
I know. Moonlight said no. This is the same lady that Trucker's groupie. Yep.
That's my groupie.
That's discernment.
Oh.
Trucker, stop, Trucker, stop. No, no, baby, no. You wanted to tell this story,
Right.
and you know,
Because it should be told. It should be told. Because these motherfuckers running around here hanging out at the gas station. They don't know what the fuck is ahead of them. And look, look, I don't know about Georgia jail or Georgia prisons or anything like that, right? But it's a large segment of people, of these kids, right, that's hanging out at the gas station, robbing old people, shit like that, and they don't even they're thinking about getting the money for the drugs. Cause that's the only reason why you would hang out at the fucking gas station and robbing old people and all that old weird ass shit that you doing, right? It's for drugs, and you don't even know what the fuck you're getting into, right? Cause look, that's armed if you fuck around with a gun, it's armed robbery. And I don't know about Georgia shit, right? But if you do that shit in California, you better be prepared for that shit.
it's armed robbery everywhere. I think every state got the same law. If you rob somebody with a weapon, it's armed robbery.
It's certain. Listen, it's certain venues that you can go do your time that is nowhere near like LA County Jail. Fresno County Jail is not like LA County Jail. Look, this motherfuckers that be in Fresno County Jail would never survive in LA County Jail. Never. I went through there, not a gang member, no tattoos, no nothing, and suffered and went through and dealt with the worst riots in the history of LA County Jail and survived that shit. Do you think some young cat is fucking hanging out at the gas station, fucking lean and hair
Where's your mic? Your mic. Can you hear me? Your mic.
I bumped it.
Okay, it's better.
Do you think that some youngster who ain't never been nowhere gonna be able to survive that shit? Fuck no. That shit's serious.
Okay, so all right, just to be clear, so this was 6 months. You were in Pritchess for how many months before the riot jumped off?
Say it again.
You were in that county. How long were you in that jail? That particular jail,
I was
Pritchess?
there. I was there a total about 9 months. I got there probably. I think it was June or July, and I didn't leave till like March, April, something like that.
Okay, and the riot officially was dead in your jail after how many days or hours or whatever?
Oh, that was a whole deal. That was a whole scenario. Probably like 24 hours.
That was
But
quick. It ended quickly.
no. Like you come in and they fucking shoot that shit, boop, 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 right? And you fucked up for like put you in a cell and all that weird ass shit.
No. How long was it before the cops came? Like y'all were fighting for how long? Do you know?
Maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
That's it? That's all?
Because
They were
everything
making it seem like y'all were fighting for hours before
no,
anybody arrived.
no, no. They come in and they shoot that shit in there, and there's so much shit going on at the same time that they don't have time to get everybody right. And they come in and they pull the motherfuckers out and shit like that. But they shooting that tear gas shit in there, and then that shit stopped because you can't fucking breathe. Ain't nobody still fighting in this fucking tear gas being blown all off in the fucking thing because you can't fucking breathe. You trying to get some space where you can fucking breathe now. Fuck, listen, yeah, you might be some little residual type shit or whatever, like you trying to whatever, but shit, you trying to get some air so you can fucking breathe. That shit ain't no fucking joke. I don't know if anybody's ever been gassed before. I've been gassed about 10, 12 times, something like that. That shit ain't no fucking joke. We used to get gassed damn near every other week in Preston. Motherfucker be mad. Listen, a motherfucker be mad because the guard tell him he can't go take a piss right now.
And Preston, and this is Preston. This is Preston Youth Authority, right?
Yes. Motherfucker be mad that you can't take a piss, and he go piss in the cup and throw it on the fucking guard, and they fucking hit the button, and they fucking coming in with gas. Sometimes it be just that. Ain't nobody fighting. This motherfucker that threw piss on you, and they coming in with gas.
Okay, so it was only the riot only lasted 15, 20 minutes. The
Something
cops
like
came in and they were there literally for how long? 24 hours after
Forever.
Everything calmed down.
Yeah, they gotta calm the shit down. They gotta separate everybody. They strip down their draws and shit, and they gotta do this and do that, and who did this, and evaluate who hurt and who ain't hurt and shit like that. So it's a long, right?
And then they left. They left, right? And then everything went back to quote normal.
Yeah. And they put you back in there, and everybody locked down to the bunks. Ain't no getting up. Ain't no nothing. You on your bunks. Period.
You're on your bunks. And how long are you like that for?
I think it was long. I don't know. It's probably like a week or two, maybe some weeks.
Yeah, because they had to make sure that stayed. Like no, it ended. After that, it ended. It was quiet, but it was something because somebody didn't like whatever happened. It was from an outside deal.
They cut the visiting off. They cut visiting off. Ain't no visiting. Ain't nothing. They cut all that shit off. Because that shit was major. That shit was major. Like shit went off everywhere. I don't know. I don't know if it went off in the penitentiary by a county jail. Man, that shit was.
So basically, your survival throughout, California CYA, California Youth Authority, and Preston Institute. What is it? What's it called? Preston School of Industry.
Yeah.
So the Gladiator School, Preston
Mm-hmm.
Reformatory School.
Mm-hmm.
From the ages of 10 to 16, you played football. So that kind of helped you because you were a roughhouser. You liked football because it was a contact sport where you could actually hurt. You like that. It's just you could be aggressive. It was legal. Nobody could say anything because it was that type of sport. You jumped from there into CYA. So your time really as a football player kind of helped you in a way because, and also like you said, you were fighting with older kids. You had no problem really handling yourself in CYA, right?
A couple of times I got my ass handed to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but you learned, you're a gladiator. It's a gladiator school. So you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
But if it was not for your time in CYA, that you how do you think you would have fared in county during that riot situation?
I don't know because they're every in my particular case, I think it helped me because it's all about fear. Like in the same way a dog can sense fear, a person can sense fear too. And where I was and who the people that I was hanging out with at the time, we were fearless. Like you motherfuckers ain't finna do shit over here. Now it was a small little sector, and we was all standing tall, and didn't a whole lot of shit happen. There was a couple things were thrown, shit like that, and little mix ups and whatever. But it wasn't no really a whole lot of shit going on where I was, right? And so
Okay, so it wasn't as bad as I mean the way the newspaper made it out to be, you were thinking it
no,
was.
no, I'm saying my sector. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say, for example, you go somewhere, you're mad as fuck at somebody, and then you go over to where they are, and you see 12 Mike Tysons. Are you gonna be so willing to fucking? You know what I'm saying? It was like
I
that.
know.
It
Okay,
was, it was like
yeah.
that. So it's not that it wasn't as bad as whatever. It's just my sector has some real killer like motherfuckers that really did some shit. Like, and you look at like, okay,
So how was it like after it was all done and everything? How did you? Because your life so far is like post. It's like what guys on the battlefield. Guys on the battlefield haven't even gone through what you went through in your life, and you're only 34 years old. After this was over, you guys in that little sector, those y'all, your little Mike Tysons and everything. What happened? Did that make y'all closer? Did y'all feel closer in some kind of way?
we bust a spread, of course.
You bust a spread? What's a
Yeah,
busted? What's okay? Tell us what a spread is.
we got a trash bag, and we put a bunch of noodles on the trash bag, and then we put some oysters,
You did that in
hot sauce.
CYA too, right? In California Youth
Yeah,
Authority as well.
yeah, yeah.
Y'all be bringing that convict. Y'all just be bringing that badass shit all over. Okay.
It was hot. We was celebrating it. Listen, it wasn't really nothing going on in our little sector, right? And everybody was cool, and we celebrated. I mean,
So
we
you
was
bust a
blatant.
spread. You had a black plastic bag, and y'all just threw a whole bunch of food in it, right?
Yeah, could have been white. It could have been a clear plastic bag, but it was clear or black, whichever one. But we put a thing down, put it on one of the homies' bunks, and we spread that shit out. Put the noodles on first, and then put the oysters, and then we put the
Wait,
Cheetos.
Moonlight. Before you go, you can jump up here. I want you to ask. You can talk to Trucker now because it's basically over. I just wanted to get this part out right here. So if you're here, you can come back on here.
Yeah,
Hit the link. Drop the link for Moonlight if she's still here.
yeah, yeah. We can open it up for questions now. It's cool.
Because I'll jump down. And brown skin lady, if you want to come up here, you can. Because I could manage the chat now.
Yeah, and so look, we was like, okay, it was just a regular thing. Like, okay, listen, we held it down. Nothing happened to us, and we're gonna celebrate a little bit.
Shit, Moonlight held it down. Shit, she did. Moonlight held it down. She had her own little LA right.
Right. Moonlight with the business. Moonlight with the business.
Did she, Moonlight? Did you click the
There she
link?
go. Yeah, she go.
Okay, good.
Hey,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna jump off. All right. I want you. You can ask him anything you want. I'm gonna go into the chat with
Mhm.
brown skin lady. Hold on.
Okay, you had a couple of goofies down there, just being a
yeah,
little bit too aggressive.
I know they were acting
Um,
real stupid. They're dumb. They just didn't want him to say
I don't understand
anything.
how. I know people come into somebody else's house just trying to dictate and be aggressive, but they got blocked and removed. Um,
Go
yeah,
ahead. Talk. Ask Trucker what you want. I'm gonna go in the chat. Okay. I'll come back
Trucker,
up
how
later.
long? Yeah, thanks, Marilyn. Trucker, how long did you go through this experience? It sounds so horrible.
I was there from like July or June or July till like March or April, and it was
Hmm.
like the riots happened in like I don't know February or something like that, and
Hmm.
um, it was eye opening because um, it was a lot of shit happening at the same time. So, like, I'm fighting my case, and my public defender. I didn't feel like he was doing what he was supposed to do, shit like that.
Hmm.
So I'm also I'm firing him, shit like that. And then the riots kicked off. So there's a lot of shit going on, and
Hmm.
and I was like, you know, I'm surviving the shit. And I'm like happy
Hmm.
that I'm surviving the shit. I don't know, like I just happened to be in a sector of people that was really with the shit, and nothing happened
Hmm.
to none of us, right? And I got lucky. A lot of people didn't get lucky. Like it was like I don't know,
Yeah.
100 people injured, and some people got thrown off the tiers and shit, got died and got killed.
Hmm. So you've seen some really gruesome things in that short stint of time.
Yeah,
Considering, I mean, people
yeah,
stay in there years
but
and years.
but I seen way more gruesome shit happen. When I was in YA, like in Preston, I seen way more
Hmm.
gruesome shit than that. Like that like what I saw in the LA County Jail and what I experienced was, I mean, yeah, it was the worst riots in the history of the LA County Jail, but I
Hmm.
saw worse shit when I was in Preston than I'd seen in there. Like
I can just
I
imagine.
seen a dude get his entire face like slashed, like and to the point he looked like Freddy Krueger. He was holding his face in his hand,
Hmm.
and it looked like
Man, that's crazy.
his face looked kind of looked like spaghetti or something. Like he was like holding spaghetti on or something. So I mean, I seen some way gruesome more shit than I seen in the LA County Jail.
Okay, so with this situation, just to piggyback off of what brown skin lady is asking in the chat, you were having difficulties with your defense attorney, which I'm not surprised because they really just have a job. They're not really looking at you as with any real great interest, unless you
Mhm.
get lucky. Did you defend yourself? Did you?
I did, I
How
did,
did you?
I did, and
And
we're
how
gonna
did
talk
you
about
represent yourself in court?
we're gonna talk about that in part three of Ask Me Anything. So
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna
So
go
when
into
when you
in
came
depth.
out of this, I don't know whether this is in part three or not, because I want to know after this whole experience, when you got out, you got out with a plastic bag or what you came in with. Where do you go from
Mhm.
there? How do you decompress all of this horrible things that you've experienced to then get back into a society as a productive person?
I was able to talk my way into going to fire camp, and going to fire camp. Um, I was in the best shape of my life, and that basically got me a jump start on work ethic, because what they would make
Hmm.
us do, we would have to hike between 2 and 5 miles a day, and then cut fire line once we got to the 2 or the 5 miles a day, and then hike that shit back. So once I got out of jail, I was in the best shape of my life I've ever been. And then what I did is that I said, well, since I'm not going to be able to find a job right away, then I need to go find some jobs that nobody wants to do. And one of those jobs was signing up for a company called Labor Ready. And when I signed up with Labor Ready, it took me 2 weeks to get a job, and I had to go and stand in front of that fucking line at 5 o'clock in the morning and be the first one in line because everybody's trying to get the job, and be there like 4:30, whatever, and they open the doors at 5, and I would do that for 2 weeks straight until I finally got a job. And when I got that job, it was at CVS, and it was a job doing labor for CVS. And then when as we were doing, it was a week long job, and while we were doing that job, one of the people that we worked alongside of worked for the company that was actually contracted to work with that company, and they said they have openings. So I went and applied and got a job with that company, and then eventually I got fired because they changed hands, and
Oh.
and they found out I had a background. But before that, before I got fired, I went and got my CDL, but I couldn't get a job because I had a recent DUI. So what I did was is that as soon as I got fired from that job, I went and applied at a trucking company as a dispatcher, and they hired me because I had a CDL and I had some job history, and then I parlayed that into opening my own company and creating my own job, and then I was off to the races, and then
Love that. Great success story there. You didn't come out and try to get back into, bullshit that will get you back in there. That's great lessons right there for a lot of
no,
people, Trucker.
no, because I was already fucking when I got out. It was 2008. I was 37 years old. I'm like, I can't keep doing this for the rest of my life. And but what I knew was that hard work pays off at some point, and uh, what I was able to do was work a couple of jobs to establish a job history. Then when I got to a job that was in my field, because I always wanted to be a truck driver. Then when I was able to get a job based on the fact that I had a license, and I convinced them that me having a license was a proof that I was interested in, the trucking industry and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they gave me a shot, and then when they gave me the shot, they gave me all the shit work that I was, they thought they was trying to make me quit. I think, my personal opinion, but alongside, I learned a lot about the business during that time, and so I also was working on the weekends with a dude that did trucking maintenance. So he was teaching me trucking maintenance while I was dispatching for a trucking company, while I'm trying to figure out how I can open my own company. Then, not long after that, I put together a business proposal for his daughter, who was a musician overseas, and she liked my proposal, and she cut me a check for $36,000.
What?
Yeah.
Really? They must have admired your work ethic.
Right. And I'm the weekend helper for her dad. She cut me a check for $36,000 to buy a truck and a trailer.
And that started your career as a trucker?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Very blessed. Absolutely. Great story.
And
I would never imagine that you've gone through all of this stuff. Wow.
And I didn't know how to drive. So I went to go pick up the truck after they invested with me, right? I went to go pick up the truck. I didn't know how to hook the truck. I didn't know how to hook the trailer to the truck. I didn't know shit. So on my way to go pick up the truck, I'm Googling how to hook a trailer. So I had to learn on YouTube how to hook the trailer together, right? And then when I drove it home, I almost flipped the trailer over because I was inexperienced. So I hit a curb and the trailer almost flipped over. It was going like this and shit.
Oh my God.
So for almost
that's
from
learning
day
on
one,
the job.
right? So almost for day one, I had to, basically find my own way. And then when I found my own way, I basically had to teach myself how to do all the shit. And then when I taught myself how to do all the shit, I had to figure out how to make it profitable. So it was just it was a struggle. It was a thing. It was a grind and all that. But it ended up working out
Yeah.
because I paid the money back and satisfied the investors and stuff like that, and we parted ways and stuff like that, and then I continued, but only to a certain point because I moved to Maryland and a lot of shit fell apart, and then I moved back to
Hmm.
California and I said fuck it, I'm gonna get a job. So because I'm not a big fan of owning a truck because there's so many regulations and so many ways that you can go under and
Hmm.
so many ways that you can get caught up in risk. The risk return is not very good, and so I said, "Screw it! I'm just going to work for a company since I got experience now, and I've been doing that
Hmm.
for like the last 7 years." So
7 years. Wow. What a story. I think your story is very inspiring, Trucker. And I think a lot of young people can learn from this. And I know this is just the first part. I look forward to the other part where you would discuss how you actually represented yourself in court, because that is such a overwhelmingly, scary also experience because your life is in your hands
br-
and you
br-
control it.
briefly, I'm just going to say this: I was in okay. When you go to court, right? You're normally not in a cell by yourself. There's always somebody there with you. I mean, and usually multiple people. And for some odd, strange reason, they put me in a cell by myself. And I was
Hmm.
saying, and I was telling myself, I'm like, I heard on the way to court that day how this guy had fought, did he was fighting his own case. And
Hmm.
that sparked something in me. And I was they put me in that cell by myself. Because I asked dude, I said, "How did you do that?" He said, "You stand up in court and you say whatever the words. I can't remember what the words were, but it's something. It's legal. Mumbo jumbo, whatever." So
Hmm.
I remembered what he said, and so they took me to court and they put me in the cell by myself, and I felt like this thing come over me and said, "You have to do this. You have to do this." I was scared out of my mind. I was like, I
I
don't know anything
know.
about law. I don't know anything. How the
I
fuck am I
know.
gonna do this? I don't know anything about law.
Hmm.
They call me out of there, and I go into court, and I repeat what that dude told me, and everybody in the courthouse, everybody in the courtroom that was there, that sat there and watched me, because my public defender was there, and
Hmm.
I stood up in court and I said whatever those words were that he told me to say, and the whole courtroom gasped, like,
Shit, those are
"What are you doing?"
powerful words. You're gonna have to research what those words are.
I forgot. But they were report,
Oh, damn.
but I forgot what it was. It's a legal term. It's a legal deal. So
Hmm.
I stood up and said that, and they said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Because my wife at the time was there, and there was other people there at the time, and everybody in the court. Cause I'm looking at 25 years to life, and I stood up in the court and I
Hmm.
said, "I want to represent myself," basically,
Hmm.
and everybody in the courtroom was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I
And
know.
I
People
fired
look at
my
you like you're crazy.
yeah, I fired my public defender, and they let me represent myself after that. And then from that point on, every court that I had, that public defender was in the audience. Like, I don't know why that
Mhm.
was, but we're gonna get into that when we, because it was some sinister
I
type
look
shit.
forward to hearing more. Damn, this is intriguing. I look forward to hearing more. I think also, I guess after I hear everything, I think, I'll save that question for your next segment because I want to see how, if you even thought about it or if you've done it already, going back into those types of situations to, prevent other youth from going down the same road. You know what I mean? Because that story is very inspiring. Like, yeah, you've done this today, but you can be this person tomorrow.
Right. That's why I'm telling the story now, because I haven't I haven't really really delved into like the perils that you can uh, face when you do the criminal lifestyle type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just really haven't. First of all, I didn't really take YouTube seriously, but now that I'm taking it more seriously, I feel like I have a story to tell, and I can kind of
Mm-hmm.
hopefully I can help someone who is either just coming out of prison or thinking
Mm-hmm.
about doing things that can land them in prison to get them to
Mm-hmm.
see a different way and see that it is possible. Because I hear a lot of people say I can't find a job because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a felon. That's bullshit. You just don't want to do the
Right.
job. You don't want to do the
Uh-huh.
job that's offered to you because you can go to the field and work alongside of a lot
Mm-hmm.
of immigrants that don't have a problem doing that, and go work in the fields. They'll give you a job. If you're a
Facts.
felon, they'll give you. Listen,
Facts.
truck a lot of trucking companies don't give a shit if you got criminal records or whatever. If you got experience and know how to
Mhm.
work that truck, they give you a job. Like right now,
Right. Right.
like
Mm-hmm.
right now, I can go anywhere. I can find a job in an hour in any city in America. I'll be able to find a job in an hour, and I might even do that. I might even go to some strange city in America, and with my experience, prove that I can go with a felon, being an ex-felon, go somewhere and find a job within an hour. I might even do that. And
Find a job. Not only find a job, create.
pick,
Yeah.
pick a city in America, and I'll
Uh-huh.
go there and find a job in an hour.
Damn, true independence right there. Well, Chucker, Marilyn is back. I do look forward to hearing the other segments. Yeah, I'm very excited to hear the other segments. Try to do it a little bit earlier.
I'm
Okay.
trying.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? If you
Try to do it a
can
little bit earlier.
do it on a day where everybody's home, and I think your last one, that'll be something that'll help future people. I really do.
Hmm.
I honestly believe that. You don't
Hmm.
have to leave, girl. I just
No,
want to
I got
ask.
to get up early in the morning. Well, a little bit in a few hours, actually. Long day tomorrow. I'm in healthcare, so it drags me, man. But yeah, I enjoyed this. Definitely. I love this story. It,
Well,
it
thank you
sounds
for
like
stopping
it's
by. Thank you for stopping by.
And
absolutely.
can I ask you a question, Moonlight? Did you find anything about this incriminating, or did he didn't reveal no names? He just told
He told his
exactly
story, Marilyn. He told his
exactly.
story. And it's not a present story, it's a past story. And when you share a past story, you're sharing lessons that other people can learn
And
from.
he's
I don't
been
want to get caught up in any semantics about
I'm
this and that. I
telling
mean,
you.
man, everyone on YouTube is sharing their story as lessons. You know
I
what I'm
know, like
saying?
the situation with Lamont, his story is a lesson. He's a role model to other people that have probably gone through similar
Yeah,
situations. Everybody has
exactly.
gone through something on this platform.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Truckers, he hasn't. You've been how many years free, clean of the thug
Uh,
life, the thug life.
Wow.
2008. 2008. What is it? 21. So that's 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
13 years,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Is that what it is?
Geez, I mean, far removed from your present day right now. Far removed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
definitely.
nobody would ever know if that knucklehead and if that knucklehead aided by Kwame hadn't have put his information. And I told him back then, I got this. I'm not making this up. I remember watching a documentary on this black artist, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she was an older woman and she had a story to tell, and I never forgot what she said. She said, if you don't tell your story, somebody else is going to tell it for you.
Right. Right.
And that's what happened. They tried
Mm-hmm.
to tell your story and thinking that you were, but you did good. You came out the next day and you corrected all that bullshit that they said. But see, nobody cared. Now you've gone in. You said, okay, I was in
Mm-hmm.
here. I was in California Youth Authority. I was in reform school. I was in the baddest reform school in
Yeah,
California.
yeah. It takes courage to tell your past story and lessons, man. Who wants to divulge all of that? I mean,
And then
that's
this,
not.
and then
That's
the,
not.
and this is, and then the second. He's been to other jails though, but the LA County thing. that was a completely, he got caught up in the bag he didn't even know about. He was actually there. He's one of the very, very few people that you will ever meet who will ever talk about it and who are on YouTube speaking about it. So he told it from start to finish, and I'm thankful for that. But I also have one last
Absolutely.
question, and I think you know what it is, Trucker. Mental health evaluation, just like with the CYA thing. You still
For
don't
what?
think you
I
need
think
to
Trucker took it on the chin and just got rolling in society. And wow, that's what I'm impressed about. I haven't heard any, I heard him coming out and just, getting on that line at 5 o'clock in the morning to start his new life. So wow. Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
lot
if it
right
was
there.
me, I think I would have been like 100%. I would have been like off. I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he went to battle. I mean, the dude
Hey
from the
Naifa,
time that
sorry
I feel
Marilyn.
like
Hey
he went to
Naifa.
war and he came back and he got like his medals and everything. He got the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart, all in one. That's
I'm
what your life
telling
seems like
you.
to me.
Ain't
Oh
no
my
bronze
gosh.
stars, ain't no
If
purple
the
hearts.
prison world could give, if the prison world was able, like your people, your crew, right, like everybody in prison had such a thing, you would have got medals. You would have got whatever their version of medals are, if they
Mm-hmm.
ever had such a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you
Uh,
mean?
Okay.
After he came out and became, did all of that stuff to the point where he got his own business down the line and now he
no,
can just write his own ticket wherever state he wants to go to. Yeah, that's a success story for sure. That's
yes,
something
but
that definitely needs to be
that
shared.
came after. But a lot of young men that may have gone through similar situations feel like when I get out of prison, you can't get a job because I'm a felon. I never see the thing about it is
Mm-hmm.
I looked at it like this: if I can survive Preston, if I can survive LA County Jail, the shit I just went through, and
Yep.
survive
Mm-hmm.
hiking 2 to 5 miles a day with this bullshit ass fucking asshole of a captain who I'm grateful to because I hated him the entire time that I was there, but he pushed me to reach heights of of fitness that I never thought I could ever reach, and got out and use that as a springboard to go and say, hey, I'm gonna go and sit at this fucking place for who knows how long till they give me a job at 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that took a special type of discipline to do, right? So it's not
Absolutely.
hard though. It's
Speak
not
on it.
hard though. It's not hard though. But you have to get up and go do that. And then the first day you don't
Mm-hmm.
get nothing. Then the second day you don't get nothing. The third day, the fourth
They
day, the
want to
fifth
see
day.
yeah, of course. They want to see how ambitious you are. They're not just going to give it to you when you just show up. They
Right,
probably was looking at you. Is he going to show up again? Is he
right.
serious? Does he want it? So, you showing up and you just prove that you were definitely ready for this. So I'm sorry, Trucker, Marilyn, all are unique. You're all over the chat. Got a lot going on in your mind. Would you like to come up and join the conversation to express yourself?
Okay, Trucker, you know how to handle things when they get out of hand, right? You know what to do.
Of
Just
course.
don't, we're not doing that. This is what? It's November 2021. We ain't doing that shit in the past. Remember?
Yeah.
If they act crazy, you know what to do. I'm gonna jump off though. 'Cause I don't want she doesn't she wants they want to talk to you by themselves. So
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
give them that respect. I'm jumping off.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Trucker, you put the link in because yeah, someone really wants to contribute to the conversation.
Okay. We have no problem. We have no problems. Okay. All are unique.
Hey,
What's
thank
going on
you.
with you?
Not much. I just, even that little dismissal when they dismiss themselves is so unnecessary. It's not that I have a lot on my mind as far as, and she's still here, that's fine.
Yes, I'm
Um,
still here. Mm-hmm.
are you okay? I mean, are you gonna allow me to speak or, this
Yeah.
is what I
Yeah.
would like to say,
Okay.
to you, Trucker.
Hmm.
I have enough common sense and enough care to be anonymous as these ladies do. However, I do feel the need sometimes to give input. And I noticed a lot of people in the chat being blocked and deleted for comments that were not disrespectful. I was simply trying to let you know about you too. I know you've been on here for years, but you're starting to, can you mute your mic? Because this is
I'm
what's
sorry, are you speaking
interesting.
to me? I'm sorry, are you speaking to me?
I am, because
Okay. Well,
for
before I
some
mute my
reason,
mic, ma'am, I've
go
never
ahead.
been disrespectful to you. You've been on his live many, many times and in the comments. So I'm not a disrespectful person by nature.
Am I the only person?
What
Because
I
you
will not,
you
I'm
blocked a
sorry,
lot of
I was
people,
speaking, ma'am. Ma'am, I was speaking and I gave you the courtesy.
and you're from
So
the
what,
same place that
I'm
that M
sorry
lady's
again, ma'am,
from.
I gave you the courtesy. So we are a mods of Trucker. That means we can determine who is getting out of line and becoming disrespectful in the chat to take away from the topic.
So
That is my position here as a mod. So
But
when
if you
you
can't
come
hear
up with
someone's
your,
tone, how do you know if they're
when you come up,
disrespectful?
no, because I'm
let
being
me
a
ask
little
you.
defensive with you right
But let
now
me ask
because
you a
you're coming
question.
off very disrespectful and aggressive.
You
But
sound just like
anyways,
that other lady. But yeah, I
no,
in the
my name is
comments.
Moonlight. I'm not the
What
other
did you want
lady.
to
Okay,
bring to
And
the
I
Moonlight.
find you to
conversation?
be very
This is
disrespectful right now. Trucker,
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and holler at you another time. I really enjoyed this live. You were very inspirational, and I look forward to the other lives when you go ahead into the conversation and just share a little bit more lessons for us. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Appreciate it.
allowing me to join.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So
Yeah. So all that I wanted to say is, so I think that sometimes people think, a lot of people were, I'm not live TV, I'm not a lot of those people, and then people are being blocked. So when I see something like that and I notice the comments are not disrespectful, I just was trying to let you know, or you might know, but there are, I say, when you're on this platform, some of the questions, I know they said.
I'm not trying to hit. You taking too fucking long to get your fucking point across. I don't. I'm not going to be here all night trying to figure out what the hell you want to say. So here's the thing. The whole point of this tonight's live was to say and to express the fact that if you want to live a life of crime, it is nothing easy. It's nothing easy. We're not doing this to glamorize anything. We're not doing this to um, make big myself up or anything. I'm doing this to show, like, people who are in the crime. I mean, listen, this is something you need to be. Listen, life of crime don't end on the streets. It starts in jail. And if you ain't built like that, if you ain't with that shit, you can get in a wreck. And if you don't know what a wreck is, that's like a car crash. You get in a car crash in jail, in prison, shit like that. So you need to be aware of that. And that's why we did this tonight. Like, look, listen, I came through some of the hardest shit you can possibly think of. Supposed to hang out with yeah, fuck out of here. Uh I've been through some of the hardest shit you can possibly think of. And I got lucky. Me being a person who came through the hardest shit you could possibly think of. Preston School of Industry. Ione, California. Hardest shit you could possibly think of for a young man to go through. And I got lucky going through the county jail, surviving that shit because of where I was. You could say it was God. God, I mean, listen, I got shot at 4 times, point blank with a 40 caliber pistol, and never got touched. You could say that divine intervention. Listen, point blank range With a 40 caliber, the shit didn't even bust the window. Bullet holes in the door didn't bust the window. What do you call that? 40 caliber is a powerful fucking gun. Point blank range. It says in the article. Go look it up. LA Online. I was on LA's Most Wanted. Go look it up. Point blank range, 40 cal right now, didn't even bust the window. You don't think nothing strange about that? Something, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not as lucky as me. I find myself lucky. That whole situation. Yeah, I had $1 million bill. I'm not getting out no time soon. But when I go where I go, I'm put in a place where I'm protected in the worst riots in the history of the LA County Jail. Protected by way of I'm in an area where there's a lot of people like me who's been through the same type of shit that I've been through, and people recognize that, and there wasn't a whole lot of activity where we was. A little bit, not gonna say any, but there's a little bit, but it wasn't of significance, right? I got so, I mean, call it luck, call it circumstance, whatever you want to call it. The point is that this is what you looking at when you want to live a life of crime. I didn't necessarily want to live a life of crime because I didn't like jail, but at the same time, that's part of it. And if you go into a situation where you don't know the landscape, like I did, I made a lot of mistakes as a youngster when I was going through California Youth Authority. I got my ass whooped a couple of times because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I fucked with people when I shouldn't have fucked with people. But that's how you learn. You fuck it up, and that's how you learn. But I also learned how to fight there because I had to fight a lot. A, I'm light skinned. B, niggas don't think I'm black. So I had to fight a lot. I'm not a gang member. Never been a gang member. Don't have any tattoos. So I had to fight a lot. And listen, there's no weight classes when you have a disagreement with somebody. You can have a disagreement with a motherfucker that's 9 feet tall. You gotta get down. Don't matter. Your people is gonna disown you if you don't get down. You don't have that. You don't have a leg to stand on no more. If you get down, that motherfucker say I need that fade. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker be 700 pounds. You got to do that. You're going to have to take if you not formidable enough for this person, you got to take that ass whooping in order for your homies to have your back in the future. You can't turn that down. You can't do nothing but stand there and stand on what the fuck you did or stand on what the fuck you said or whatever the reason why this motherfucker want to fade you. You have no choice in the matter. Right? I don't want to live my life that way anymore. But it's like riding a bicycle. You can get right back on any time. But I don't want to live my life that way. I'm too fucking old for that. Like, we go back and forth with this fucking Crummy the 6'9", the deputy asshole. Right? He fucking go on FYF Sports, who's a friend of the show, disrespect him damn near the whole time. Right? And Marilyn go on and express her opinion and says, that basically that fucking asshole is an asshole for that. Right? And that, Lamont may have, dealt with him with kid gloves, on some of that shit. So what I'm saying is this: don't be like me. Don't be who I was. There's nothing glamorous about. Listen, there's nothing glamorous about trying to live. There's nothing glamorous about trying to live. I tried to live. I tried to stay alive in Preston. I tried to stay alive in LA County Jail during that time. During the worst riots in the history of LA County Jail. I tried to stay alive. There's nothing noble about that. There's nothing noble about trying to continue to breathe. Nothing. So all I'm saying is this. Do not follow in my footsteps. Don't do what I did. Do not do what I did. Because listen, there's no guarantee that you're going to survive like I survived. I survived by the grace of God. I was given the strength to fight my own case by the grace of God. I prayed on that. I'm not a praying dude. I said, God damn, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But this dude is finna hang me, and I don't know what else to do. I prayed on it for strength. I got up in there, and I said, this is what I want to do. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. But I've never cared about what anybody thought about me. Never. Because you know why? Everybody always thought I was some type of soft nigga. Like, give you an example. I went back to Fresno and hung out for a couple of days, right? And one of the homies said, come by, the house. This is where we hanging out at. I didn't have no idea who was there. I show up. Notorious killers, gang members. I've known since I was in high school. Hated my guts because I came from Fresno High School, which was a pretty mixed racial type of school. However, they were terrible in football. I got recruited from that high school because I played Pop Warner there. I show up at the all-black school in the 8th grade, and they hated me because I'm coming from the Fresno High School, who sucks, and made a name for myself on that team. Okay. Then the next year is freshman, so I live out of the area and have to take a test to qualify for the additional school at the all-black school, which was Computech. So it was Computech / Edison. Computech was the computer school, which is pretty much all white and Asian. And Edison was the black school, which was pretty much all black. So I had to go to, because I lived out of the area, I had to go to the all-white part and be with the smart people, if you want to say that. But it was all white, and we were advanced and shit like that. And then I had to go practice with the people who were at the all-black school who had the regular curriculum. You the smart guy. You damn near white. And how dare you come play with us black people? So I got that end. You the smart guy. Fuck you. We don't like you because you're smart. But I'm at the all-black football. I'm on the all-black football team. So when the drug dealers and the killers are talking shit to me because they don't like me on the sidelines during practice every single day, and I'm murdering people like on the football field every single day because you don't like me, and that fuels that passion and that fire in me to make sure that I prove you wrong every single day. And guess what happened? When I seen them the other day, they say, P, my football playing partner. This nigga, we hated this nigga because of whatever, he was light skinned, whatever. But he proved us all wrong. Like, these niggas is 40 years old. And I was like, what, 15, 16 years old, right? This is like 35 years gone by. And they say, this nigga was proving us all wrong when we was in high school, and I respect you for that. So finally, 35 years later, I finally got the respect that I was trying to get when I was in high school. Finally. And listen, these dudes was in CYA with me. They weren't in the same area, but I noticed them, right? So we didn't spend time together, nothing like that. But they was in there with me, so they knew I was there. They was there, all that kind of shit, right? These niggas is murderers. They didn't kill people, gang members, all this shit, drug seller, all that shit, right? Telling me you earned our respect, and I had to wait 35 years to get that. So it's like this. You do shit at the time, but you don't necessarily get the accolades at the time. You do the shit that you know you need to do in the face of people who don't even give a fuck about you, or who could care less of, it don't even matter to them at the time. Like, they want you to fail, but you do that shit anyway to prove them wrong. And then you get your accolades 35 years later. I wouldn't expect it. I was happy to get it. But I was in the game 35 years ago. I don't care. I appreciate it. Yeah, okay. I appreciate whatever you say, and we earned your respect. But at the time, that's what I was focused on. I don't care about it now. I do, but I don't. So, that being said, the reason of this whole thing is this. Show somebody that you feel needs to see this live. Show it to somebody who you feel that can take away something from this. Because there's no life in a life of crime. I have a nephew that's serving 25 years of life for a robbery. They stole 100 bands. 25 years for 100 bands? It's not worth it. I've never been a thief, but it's just you can work at McDonald's. 25 years, you can work at McDonald's and get 100 bands in 25 years. I don't even understand how that makes any sense. Because you think you can get away, but what if you don't? And that's the point I'm trying to make. You could get away, but what if you don't? Now you get to go and do the shit especially if you're young. And there's no more Preston because they closed it. But there's other places that's Preston like. He may not be the shit that I went through, but there's other places that are just as bad. I think it's called Chad, and it's in I think it's Stockton. Chad, I think replaced Preston, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a place called Chad, and I believe it's in Stockton. At the time when I left, they were just building it, so it's a relatively new facility. When I say relatively new, I mean shit. I got it at 92. Let's see. Probably, what's that? 92 to 21. 10, let's see, 8. It's like 30 years. Holy shit. 30 years ago. 30 something. I'm sure. If it's still open, I don't even know if that's still open. They could have made a whole nother different one. But if that uh, facility's still open, I'm sure it's seen some shit. I'm sure because I was when they just opened, I was getting out, so I never saw it. But I don't know anything about it. But I heard it was rocking. And when I say rocking, that means some shit going down. And some people get hurt. When shit goes down, people get hurt. So that's how it goes down. So um, Joe says, "LML Chad now in days means something else, man. Look it up. No, go look up Chad in Stockton, California. That doesn't that's not Chad is the name of the facility. And see, Joe, you want to joke and all that, that's fine. But I'm not joking about that shit. This is, at this particular moment, it's not nothing to joke about. Because we're talking about, people who's on the verge of doing shit that you can be, you can be pursuing a life of prison. And, if I can help someone do anything, is it, show this to someone who needs to see this. There's no fun in that, and there's no guns in there. You can be a shooter on the streets, but you can be a bitch in prison. You could be a shooter on the streets. Hear me. You could be a shooter on the streets and be known as a shooter. But I didn't see motherfuckers pay their commissary for protection. The shooters on the street. Shooter don't mean shit in prison. Period. Shooter don't mean shit in prison. Because there's nothing to shoot. You have no gun. So guess what? You murder a motherfucker from the streets because you a shooter? You're gonna have to murder a motherfucker like this. Because knives don't reach farther than this. You can say I can make me a shank, I can do this, I can do that. But guess what? If you want to do something, you're going to have to do it like this close right here, and you're going to have to make you a weapon to do something to me. Is you prepared for that? Are you prepared for that? Do you know what it's like to pierce flesh with a makeshift knife? Do you know how much work that it takes to do anything, any type of significant damage? You probably don't, because you're running around here shooting people on the street. It's not the same thing, homie. You're gonna have to put some work in, and you're gonna have to look me in the fucking face when you do it. So, just be aware of that. That's all I'm saying. But damn that face though. Yeah, you're gonna have to look me in the face. You're gonna have to look me in the face when you do that. You ain't gonna be able to shoot me from down the street. You ain't gonna be able to shoot me from down the street, homie. You gonna have to look me in the face like right here. Is you prepared for that, youngster? Hanging out, got some courage because you own that shit, and you hang out at the gas station trying to rob old ladies and shit. I done seen that shit all on TV and shit. But here's the thing: what if you run across me and that was my grandma you try to rob, and I approach you, and you used to be a shooter on the street. You don't know how to come from the shoulders, as we call it, which means fight, with the hands. You don't know how to do that because you've been a shooter all your life. You're known as the shooter. You know what I'm saying? Your name is Gunner or Gunny or something like that. Shooter, Trigger, whatever the fuck your name is. Because you shoot niggas from far away. But what if I find out you done robbed my mama? And I press you about, like, nigga, you done want to rob my mama. What you gonna do then? Is you gonna be prepared to do something to me with a knife? It's gonna take a whole bunch of work to do something to me? Is you gonna be prepared for that? That's all I want to know. Don't do it. Don't do it. Scare straight. Trucker, damn, making threats. No, I'm not, because I don't plan on being in prison. Trucker, chill. Somebody gonna see you, and it's going to be on straight chill. No, listen, I'm not worried about nobody. I'm not worried about nobody. Because either you're gonna do something or you ain't. Either you're gonna do something or you ain't. And guess what? You're gonna have to prove. You're gonna have to prove to me that you're gonna do something. You pull a gun out on me, you're gonna have to use it. I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that is. Like, you know how many times I've been shot at? You know how many times I've been shot at? I just told you I've been shot by the police with a 40 cal. I had an attempted robbery. Motherfucker shooting at me with a gas. Above my mic. I'd have been shot with a gauge and a 357 Magnum. You gonna have to prove that shit. You pull a gun on me, what you gonna do with it? You gonna listen? I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Cause listen, unless you squeeze that trigger, I don't give a fuck about what you pull out on me. Cause you think I'm gonna be scared and you just gonna use that shit to scare me. You lost your mind. You've lost your mind. I'm not scared like that. Because I done been in situations. I've already been in a situation. And then you don't even know what I got. You don't know I don't have nothing. You don't know the motherfucker behind you ain't with me and he got something. You don't know that. You don't know nothing. So to squash all of that, just don't indulge, homie, because you don't know what's going on. You don't know. I mean, you don't know what my tactics are. You think I'm some square nigga. Okay, think that. I love that. I love when niggas think I'm just a square nigga. But I'm strategic. I'm strategic. I've been through too much shit not to be. You think I'm gonna go somewhere asshole naked? You lost your mind. I'm not going nowhere asshole naked. Nowhere. It's always gonna be somewhere in the cut. Come on, man. You lost your mind if you think I'm finna show up somewhere and I ain't got nobody with me. Listen, and it don't have. Listen, I'm not even gonna say that. But listen, you don't know what the fuck's going on. See, damn, you deserve the title, Trucker. Trucker, don't say that, man. You only live once. You motherfucking right, and I live it to the fullest. Trucker got that big D energy. Trucker in his own right now. Kwame going to see this and make a joke about watch. I guarantee it. Okay, but he ain't finna do a motherfucking thing to me though. That nigga ain't finna do a motherfucking thing to me. You want to pay me 5,000? Meet me in Georgia. This ain't no motherfucking DoorDash, homie. You want to do something to me? You want to settle this or whatever? Okay, give me 50 bands and meet me in L.A. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Cause listen. I'm not a crackhead. You ain't gonna offer me 5 bands and think I'm finna move for anything. They got pissed 5 bands. The alcohol I drink is worth more than 5 bands. So shut the fuck up. I don't move like that. I'm not a crackhead. Go off of that shit to Hassan Campbell. I don't do that. 50 bands and meet me in LA. I'm not DoorDash. So I'm not gonna meet you on your front doorstep. 50 bands in LA if you want to do something. Otherwise, shut the fuck up about it. Excuse me. Call me Zelane, not even worth the time. Call me Buck Teeth Axe. But here's the thing, homie. Listen. Motherfuckers think that, you know, I see comments, you know, call me Brown to do this or that. Okay, that's fine. That's your take on it, right? But I'm gonna tell you like this. Suge Knight, who I think, my personal opinion, is way tougher than a Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown got talked about by Kobe Bryant for not being able to catch the fucking ball. And then he said, don't fucking pass it to me because I'm scared. Right? Correct? Yes or no? Yes or yes? Okay? Suge Knight got knocked out by a barber who was like 5'8" or 5'9". Guess what that means? It ain't the only time I've ever seen it. Guess what that means? Height don't mean shit. It ain't the size. It ain't the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight of the dog. Do you really think that Kwame Brown has more fight in him if he can't catch a ball in the NBA than I do? After all the shit, we only did a segment of what's going on. I play football. This nigga play basketball. If you don't only look at that, it's two different type of mentalities when you of the two sports. It's a certain time motherfucker to play football. It's a certain time motherfucker to play basketball. Who do you think is tougher? Who do you think endures more punishment? Who do you think has been more fights? A 5'9" nigga or a 7 feet tall nigga? You know why? Because everybody's scared of the 7 feet tall nigga. But guess what? Ain't nobody scared of the 5'9" nigga, so guess what? I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm not even gonna tell you. Okay, so let's look at some of the comments. Okay. Do you see a video exposing Kwame how much he makes? I don't care. I don't care how much he makes. Anybody seen that video? How much he makes? But no. Who cares? Oh shit. Okay. Come down, trucker. Trigger moment. Ask for a fade. 5K ask for a fade on people making 500,000 celebrity boxing matches. That right. Give me 50 bands, homie. And meet me in fucking meet me in LA. And let's go to the private chat. Respect here. All you need hope you let me speak, sir. Yeah. No, we did, and you're out of here. So fuck you. Not you, Marilyn. The other person. But yeah. We the monologue is over, and
no, it's the epilogue.
Yeah, whatever.
The epilogue is over.
Yeah.
You had a lot to say. You said a lot, and I hope the kids listen. You know.
And listen. I encourage anybody who is involved in a life of crime to watch this whole video. Because listen, we walk you through step by step, and you may not go through LA County Jail with that bullshit in there, but you're gonna go somewhere, and it's gonna be the same bullshit. Not necessarily to the extent, but you're gonna encounter some bullshit, and you ain't gonna like it. You're not gonna like it, and I don't give a fuck I'm a shooter. I'm this. I'm that. Listen, all of that shit go out the window when you go to prison, when you go to jail. All that shit go out the window because you ain't got no guns in prison or you ain't got no guns in jail. Ain't no
Nope,
guns.
nope, nope. You can shoot, but if you can't fight, and they got fighters, real fighters in jail that know how to fight.
I
And
know a
it's
nigga.
not always going to be about that jumping shit either.
I know a nigga named Gunny. Means absolutely nothing in prison. I don't give a fuck what your name is. I don't give a fuck what your name is. If I need to do something to you, I'm gonna do it. I don't give a fuck how many motherfuckers you done sprayed up with the AK on the street. That's easy. What can you do in prison though?
That's the question. That's the true question. But are you
And
done?
here's the thing. Here's the thing. A nigga like that, I'll beat your ass and go make a sandwich. And won't get think nothing of it. And sleep good that night. Because I
I
don't give a
bet
shit.
you will.
I don't give a shit. Listen, because I do this. Oh, woo saw, woo saw, woo saw. I do that. I rub my earlobes. I rub my earlobes. Same thing with relationships. If you break up with me, I'm just gonna, if I have some stuff at your house, I'm gonna pack it up and go. Like, why I'm gonna sit there and argue with you? Uh, for what? Because you know what my
I
motto is.
agree. I
You know what my
agree.
Do you know what my motto is? You know, yeah, I accept the favor, 50 bands, and meet me in LA. I accept it. I accept the fade if you 50 bands, meet me in LA. Absolutely. You said some good things.
Joe said accept the fate and vlog it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bring your nephews with you and whoever it is
Look,
next when you meet up because Kwame ain't gonna meet you by himself. He always
look.
talks about his brothers and his
Nobody's
like.
meeting anybody by themselves. Stop it. Look, Trucker got that roid energy. Got that roids energy.
Nah, he's natural. I've seen roids.
He said I got that roids energy. But look, do you know what my relationship philosophy is? Do you want to know?
No, do I
You don't
have
want to know?
to?
Do you don't want to know? Do you want
Go
to know or
ahead.
you don't? Do you want
Go
to know or you
ahead.
don't?
Go ahead. No. What is your relationship? We're talking about what's your relationship
We'll
philosophy?
talk. Okay, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that
Okay,
later.
good. Well,
It's a good. I have
there'll
a
be other
motto.
lives. There'll be other lives.
I do have a motto, and it's a pretty fucking awesome motto. But we'll save it
Okay.
for later. You
Yeah, we'll save it for the other lives that is
okay?
coming up.
Okay, we'll save that for later.
All
Let's
right.
see.
So
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. You said some good things too. Let's see. Gunny stays on his knees now. Trucker got that Royce
who's
energy.
Gunny? Who's Gunny, girl? Who's
To the left,
Gunny?
okay, no, Gunny is a dude I know, and he calls himself Gunny, but he has he in my opinion he has a really fragile ego because I talk shit to him all the time, and he always gets upset. So, um, I mean, he's the homie, but he's a little fragile. So,
Okay. He's a
yeah.
homie that's fragile, that's on his
just like
knees.
just like my friend last night. He was talking to a female on the phone, and he was really aggressive. And I told him to relax, and he jumped all over me, and he said, uh, "She gotta, she
She
gotta
got a
do what I
what?
want to. She gotta do what I want her to do, and you gotta fuck with me the way whatever the fuck he was saying." But the point was this: he was really aggressive, and like he probably scared her off, and you don't need to be that aggressive. And he was saying that why his last girl left him because he didn't gave all the last girl all everything he had, and stuff like that. And I was like, look, first of all, I didn't come over here to hear this bullshit.
Look at
Secondly,
Joe. Joe said Kwame's gonna take off his shoes, and that's Trucker's weakness, feet.
Not men's feet. Not men's feet, though. Stop it. No. I'm going to punch him in his face if you take your shoes off on me. Gay ass shit. But look, he said...
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's weird. But look, he said that he can't understand why his last girl left him because he didn't did all this stuff. I don't want to hear that. And you'll never hear that come out of my mouth. I'm never going to say, oh, I can't believe she left me. I did everything for her. No, I'm not going to do that. Marilyn, I'm never going to do that. So you will never,
Trucker, you're never gonna do that. I don't care. You and I are not going to be. Don't worry about that, babe.
No. I'm saying, from a standpoint of somebody who talks about people and for a living.
No, you know what? I feel that you should say that for the people, for the women in the future, in the past, and the present, who might not know.
No, because for the men too, because it's a philosophy. It's a philosophy that you should adhere to, and I'm not going to reveal the philosophy.
Okay, we're not doing that right now.
Yeah, because it's a whole other show, but it's there. And listen, don't come to me crying about your last girlfriend and think how you don't get any sympathy. So you can forget that.
What if your friend is looking at this video and he knows you're talking about him?
Then he gonna know to not ever do that
again. He's gonna call you up. What you talking about me for? Are you ready to go? It's time to go. It's late. It's almost 4 hours. You've been on here for a long time, but I will say that the stuff that you said after the last 30 minutes, that was real deep shit. It was.
As it was meant to be.
I was riveted. I'm like, this is beautiful. You did a good. I really hope you got to the people that it needed to get to, which is the young people.
We'll see.
In the future.
We'll see.
But your next one is the next live you're going to do, you don't know when that one's going to be. It might be split up when you have the time, because it really should be early in the day for people, is how you beat your case by yourself. What you said, how you did it, and your bail was $1 million. You were facing 25 years to life, meaning we wouldn't even know who you are right now.
No.
And you beat that, and why you beat that attempted murder case on a cop.
Yes.
That's
part 3. Ask me.
That's definitely part 3. Mm-hmm. That's going to be long. And that, you can, I'm going to let you tell that all by yourself. I'll be here just to ask some questions, but I'm not going to really interrupt, just to clarify things. That's all.
Trucker, you should watch the Zoom court call on Carmen's case. I don't care. I don't care about that.
Nobody really cares anymore. Nobody gives a shit.
No, I don't care about Carmen. Trucker, Trucker was an undercover cop. Joe with the zingers, but no, I don't care about Carmen's court case at all. We did the story on his child support. If he's getting sued now for whatever case, listen, we don't care. But what we do care about is this. We care about making a difference in somebody's life who's heading down the same trajectory that my life is headed down. And I'm trying to just say, look, that ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. I did it. And you can be hard.
Well, that nigga's always talking about helping the kids. Well, this is your way of helping the kids.
Yeah.
This is your way of helping the children. Okay?
listen, you can do whatever you want to do.
Or at least give them fair warning of what it is really going to be like in jail, at least in California. I don't know
Just
about
think
the
about
other
this.
states.
Just think about this. Just think about this, right? Nigga like me, average build, might be a little overweight or whatever the case, but I'm talking shit to you, and I'm talking shit to you to the point where you embarrassed and you need to do something to me because I'm calling you out on your bullshit. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Find something.
I don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck voice was that? Who the fuck voice was that? Was that yours?
My company.
What'd he say? What'd he say?
He ain't saying nothing. He's
He
just
said something.
he's getting out of his clothes now.
He
Like
said,
I'm about to.
He said something. Tell him repeat it. But anyway, listen.
I'm just kidding. There's nobody here. Listen, I gotta. Are you ready to go, or are you going to continue to stay on?
No, I'm just saying. Like, listen, you're a shooter on the street. That don't mean shit. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to get.
You're a shooter on the street means nothing because when you go into prison, you're going to have to show and prove.
Absolutely.
Makes 100% sense to me.
So quit playing. I even said that was creepy.
I forgot to mute my mic. I forgot to mute it. I turned on something.
Trucker, can you explain what a lot lizard is? Come on, man. Lot lizard is a fucking lizard that slithers through the truck stop. See, where's nephew? I don't know. He ain't been around. He ain't been around in a while. So I don't know what's going on with him. But let's get out of here.
A lot lizard is a prostitute.
Yes.
At the truck stops.
Absolutely.
But they're not around anymore. Trucker said you don't really see them like that anymore. So
certain places you do, but go ask Georgia Dog. He know where they all
at. Georgia Dog knows where all the hoes are. Right. All the lot lizards are.
Right. So let's get out of here. Excuse me. Let's
all right. It was good. I think this well. Yeah, my last words is like, I'm glad I didn't ask you any questions because in my mind, I thought this melee lasted, according if you read the papers, I thought that this melee lasted for hours. But it was only 15, 20 minutes for you guys. The actual fight itself.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, because it's like our section lasted that amount of time, but it gets multiple fucking sections going on, and they pulling people out, they putting them in the draws, they put it's all kinds of shit. So yeah, it was several hours of the after the shit and then the aftermath. So of course, yes, it was several hours, but the actual.
Well, the good news is that you guys got wind of it. It wasn't like an ambush. You know how you just walking around minding your business, chilling with your people, the people in your car, and the next thing you know, a whole bunch of like Latinos or Mexicans. We're not gonna say Latinos because it's a whole different group, cultures, different cultures. But all the Mexicans start attacking you at once. But you're always on alert anyway in there, right? So it doesn't really make a difference. You're always on alert.
You have to be. So
good night, Naifa. Have a sweet dream. Sweet dreams, Joe. Sweet dreams, whoever else is in the chat.
Good night, Joe. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Okay, so we out of here.
All right. But thanks for that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for doing this live. And whenever you're ready to do that next live, it should be earlier and it should be at a time when everybody could be around so that they can. I don't know how long it's going to take you to say that one. It shouldn't take no more than an hour. We thought this was going to be an hour. I know it's going on 4. All right. Well, good night. Good night. Good night. And talk to you later. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Yes. Good night. And with that, we going to get back real soon. Take care.